Hello everybody, I am Neblime, joined here by Cold Warp Gates. We're here for another season of CPL 8 Preseason casting. So excited to be back with CPL 8. As you probably all saw, we started off yesterday, and now of course Saetzero is bowed out, so Cold Warp Gates can join me. How you doing, Cold Warp Gates?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah? You excited for these games?
Oh yeah.
I know I am. Okay, so today we're jumping into Group 38 and Group 14. So a lot of strong players in Group 38 that you guys might have heard of. Group 14, a bit lower in level in CPL, but still I think some very impressive plays we're going to see today. And you know what? I don't think I want to hang around too much. I'm just going to say one thing. Don't forget that there is going to be a masterclass from Flo on Friday. For all you Zerg players out there, don't miss that. We will announce it in Discord, but honestly, I just want to get into these games. So let's just start it, Cold War Kids.
Good. By the way, I'm glad that we're batting that friends, because I completely forgot to tell you what the lobby was.
Oh, of course.
So
but honestly,
yeah,
joining lobbies is a crapshoot, even if you are friends. Thanks,
Yeah,
Blizzard. Alright, starting off here. First match of the night in the bottom left. In the white, we have Melody. And in the top left, in the grey, we have Ireve. Is it Ireve? Ireve? What do you think, Cobble Gates?
I think because the R is capitalized, I'm going to go with Ireve.
Probably makes sense. Now, we are going to start off with PvZ. As I mentioned, Group 38, a bit higher of a group. Probably, you know, high tier 0 players. High tier 1 players. I would say maybe low tier 0. Of course, these judgments are temporary. That's what Preseason is for. I have to add that disclaimer. But I'm very excited to see what these players are bringing today. Here on Polypoid still. All the matches for Week 1 Polypoid, of course.
Yeah, not a bad map to have to play all the games on. Polypoid is so solid in like every matchup.
So, couple of Gates, I've been gone for 3 months from StarCraft basically, because I was traveling for all that time. What have I missed in the meta?
Well, I have been gone for like 2.5 months, so I have a slight edge on you.
Nice.
And what in this matchup, it seems like Forge opening coming more popular again, and conveniently we can see that Ireve is doing that. I think it's just because Zerg is getting more practice at dealing with the gateway expand. It's like you still see both, so it's not like it's obsolete. It's just people are going back towards Forge just a little bit.
You think I know this by now, having casted oh, well, there you go. Having casted how many PvZ games? When you scout Overpool immediately, you can't go with the Nexus. You still have to get the Forge. But you can go Forge Nexus, or what is it?
So if you see the pool, then you have to go Forge before Nexus. Whether or not you can get Cannon before Nexus depends on like the rush distance.
Right, which is reasonably short in these positions, I would imagine. I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's pretty short, but I think he's going to go for the Nexus here. It's so annoying getting this probe in there right away. Now, he's not putting too much effort into denying this natural, which I think is fine. He just wants to make sure he gets in here so there's no, like, crazy early gas, because one drone already did go out. But that was just a scout, actually, so maybe a bit of a mistake. Even getting a cannon right away here, so obviously Ireve deeming that the rush distance is short enough that he needs that.
Yeah, I don't know about this map in particular, but I think it's generally, like, close positions as you get the cannon, and cross positions as you go Nexus.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, well, Lings are out, although only 2 so far. I guess if you didn't even get that pylon down, you don't need to make particularly many. So again, Ireve maybe missing a bit of an opportunity there, but still, it's nice to get that early scout. And look, as long as he keeps this probe alive for a long time, I'm happy with him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's nice to block the hatchery, but if you're not super confident in your probe micro, it's like a high risk for a small reward. Because it's so important to keep this probe in main base, do what Zerg is doing. That's
a good point, actually. Yeah, maybe some of the time it is more worth it to try and keep that alive. Ooh. Oh, I thought that drone was coming out to fight, but I guess he's just going for the third base, and you know, that shows that so far. Melody playing pretty normally. Ooh. Now, was Ireve in CPL 7? Because I have to say, the name is not familiar to me. I don't remember
the name.
I think this is their first CPL, which is exciting. Obviously, Melody, I think this is at least their third CPL, so nothing new there. Probably more actually. Sorry, Melody, if you're in chat and you've been here since like CPL 2 or something, but I just know at least in CPL 6, Melody was definitely.
I think she like last year migrated to Brood War from StarCraft 2.
Nice,
so.
A convert from one of the heretics. Nice,
exactly.
Nice. Ooh, I wonder if we'll see that, like, you know, the kind of StarCraft 2 skill set come through. You know, it's interesting that Melody going for this 6 o'clock. Of course, it's very far away from Protoss. But if you go for the mineral only in here, you can really have a very centralized defense on this map, and it's one of the big advantages Zerg can really get here actually, because it's that nice high ground, and once you have lurkers, it's not like Protoss can really bypass it and get into your natural, because they just get hit from so many directions. That said, having gas space in the long run might be better, and if you really fortify this base on its own, it can be a lot more impregnable, but I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. We have to see what kind of play Ireeve's going to go for, if they're going to go for this big power and gateway style on 2 bases, and try and put a lot of pressure. I just feel like Melody might have a harder time defending. We'll see.
See, I mean, I think it's fine because Zerg is used to getting like 3rd bases that are far away, and this base has the gas, and it has, I think, 2 extra minerals. So, like, if you can hold it, it's worth more resources. Especially if we see Melody go for something really gas heavy, like mutas or like a lurker contain or something. That gas will make a big difference.
Do you know the rhyme Cold Warp Gates? The only really good PvZ rhyme I have.
No, shoot.
Den before lair, Protoss beware. Melody isn't here for a long time, she's here for a good time. Gonna get those Hydras going, but we do see a 4th hatchery going down actually. So maybe this is a sort of fake out to go into that kind of eco-heavy style. Of course, Hydra speed did start, and at least 1 Hydra being produced. And a 2nd cannon has come up, but only a 2nd one so far. And I have to say, when you're dealing with Hydra Bus, normally 2 is definitely not enough. That's just kind of like the absolute minimum to try and stay safe. But maybe Melody, I'm sorry, Ireeve correctly reading this. It's not really an attack. Okay, here comes the 3rd one.
Yeah, I am a little bit curious about the timing of the 4th hatchery, because there are builds where you go 4 hatcheries, you get Hydras before lair, but usually you get the 4th hatchery before the Hydra den. So this looks like a 3 hatch Hydra that is not all in.
Yeah, look at the drone count. I think Melody really is trying to fake out their opponent here. A Sunken coming up at the 3rd even, so that really shows that there's no aggressive intention here. But that's interesting, because it did force a couple more cannons, which honestly is not a big deal. But here's the thing, Ireeve already going Citadel here, so I think it's going to work out quite well for Protoss, honestly. Ooh, Hydra's going to be able to really annoy these zealots though, sorry, you go.
I think this reaction from Protoss was fine. Like, it was not an overreaction. He sent out the zealots to check to see what Zerg was doing. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely that was well worth it. I mean, that was definitely an asset Protoss had in this situation where it's like, okay, are they really coming? I guess I can send these out and find out. Because even if the Hydras have speed and the Zealots can't fight them, it takes a long time for Hydras to kill Zealots in small numbers.
If so much help.
Yeah, I'm sure any Zerg player can attest to that. So here's the thing. Wow, look at this Overlord, by the way, just existing in the Protoss space, seeing absolutely everything. If Zerg's doing this kind of thing, does Protoss have a window to attack with Zealot speed, or is there kind of just enough Hydras out? He has Sunkens well positioned. The SimCity at the natural, honestly, with the position of the Sunken doesn't look that formidable, but if there were a lot of Hydras there, it would be. But I'm looking at this 3rd, and I mean, if 8 speed Zealots show up there, like nothing's happening, Zerg's gonna suffer a lot of damage.
I think if Zerg sees the speed rush coming, they should be fine, because like they should be able to make just enough Hydras. But Melody's made a lot of drones, so she currently has to just run from all of these Zealots.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine. These Hydras can run back to the defenses. It's just, if the Hydras are in the natural and the Zealots run to the 3rd, I don't think they can really get in position in time. And look, they are going to the natural. If Melody never scouted the 6 o'clock. Sorry, I mean, Ireeve never scouted the 6 o'clock. I'm getting these places mixed up. Is that right?
Yeah. I think so. They might have some kind of a suspicion. Like, this is one thing that really upsets me about this matchup is it's hard just to know where the Zerg is even going to take their 3rd, because they can do it basically anywhere. But it's a nice bagger here.
Ooh, but does lose a Zealot. Yeah, Zerg doing a great job pulling back there. Definitely.
BG here that might make its way to the 3rd base.
Ooh, no, that's the real threat, because while these Zealots are running around, oh my gosh, there is an Overlord. Okay, I thought there wasn't.
There's an Overlord. I still get a drone here.
Ooh, nice. Drone. Yeah, fair enough. I suppose it's worth. But now Zerg is cognizant of the threat. Ooh, that's quite nice actually. Oh, don't want to commit here. Okay, well, I mean, I was saying this yesterday, sort of on the cast, but I'm very pleased with these Protoss who are not overcommitting and just like throwing all these Zealots away trying to get something done, because a lot of time we see that, and Protoss really suffers in the later game after that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Terran and Terran vs Protoss. Like, even if you trade your units for damage, Protoss can replace their army much faster. It's like that in reverse here. Like, Zerg can replace their damage much easier than you can replace those Zealots. Absolutely. So you don't want to throw away. I
feel like it's somewhat less obvious in PvZ though, because you know, the Protoss army is kind of mobile, going around always like putting on pressure everywhere, which it is in TvP as well. But of course, the armor dynamic is switched.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Ireeve just going to put up the gate count here. Now, this is what I was kind of afraid of for Melody. I mean, given that there's another hatchery coming up here, and hopefully more SimCity at that 6 o'clock, it might be enough defense. But look at this, the Templars kind of forward. The Zealots sneaking out to take this third? How did I not see this?
Yeah, it's a really fast third.
I didn't even see it because I just did not have any, like, notion that it could be up by now. This is, whoa, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like, 12 minutes is like the standard time to get a third. If you're getting it before 12 minutes, you must like think you have some kind of read on the situation.
And I don't know about that. I mean, look, the lair was quite late, but it is up now. Wait, is Overlord Speed research? I don't see it on the way. It must be researched, right? Because if not, I think Melody is committing a major mistake. Oh, this DT,
yeah, I would hope
though.
so, but I can't see any of these Overlords moving.
Yeah. This DT, though, is in trouble. Oh, he made him mad. Now the whole army is here to kill him. Oh, he's going to sneak away. Nicely done.
Love to see it.
Ooh, now, I don't know about this. Moving out with all the Zealots when you're taking this obscenely fast third base, I don't know if this is such a good move. And, like, Melody, I feel like missing an opportunity to punish this because she did scout it, but one ramp is not covered at all. Now, look at this. Zealots look like they want to attack him here. I don't know if this is such a good idea. There are a lot of Hydras on the map, but they're very far away. This DT trying to take part. There's plenty of Overlords here. Okay, Overlord Speed is complete, by the way. Ooh, a single Templar joining the fray. Doing good damage.
All those Hydras.
Yeah, that's a nice storm. Do you think Protoss saw that all those Hydras in the bottom right and chose to attack because of that?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. And they got a lot of damage, but now the reinforcements are here. Oh, I don't know, another 6 storm. But I think all these Zealots are going to die. It's a question of how much damage they get done in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be worth it for Protoss. And honestly, they probably have time to build enough of a defense at home. They're not going to lose that third base. And this has really disrupted Zerg a lot, I think. But that said, I'm not sure how many drones they actually killed. Well, the Zealot's going to work now.
There you go. My concern, though, is that all of the Templar are dead.
Yeah.
And we're not even making more. We're just making goons at home. There we go. So we have like a couple Templar in the pipeline. But that could, like, if Melody just held down the H key, I think that third base would die.
Well, it may still happen. I mean, there are a lot of Hydras out still. Some more did die. Well, there's plenty stuck in the main, though. That DT at the bottom right still trying to do stuff. Unfortunately, it does not catch that with drone. But there is no defense down there, just an Overlord. Now look at this, these goons getting out of position. Yeah, this is overly aggressive from Iru for sure, I think. Especially since they don't even realize these lurkers are morphing just here. Uh-oh. Okay, no, they do come back.
I don't see a robo, and I know that you know the rhyme about the robo, right?
Well, I've been informed to stop using that rhyme because it's misinformation, so I'm not going to recite it here. Oh my gosh, these lurkers coming up. There's no detection, but they are just coming up all in a line to be sniped by goons. Gotta be careful there. But look, the container's going down. How long is it going to be before Protoss has any detection whatsoever? Really trying to snipe those. Uh-oh.
I think it's really hard, but yeah, but this is going to be really rough. The robo is just now starting. It's going to be like 2 minutes before an observer comes out. But I think Melody doesn't realize the advantage that she has because she's taking this very stretched out contain here and is like allowing Ireeve to maintain the connection between the Nat and the third here.
Well, she may not be aware that there's no detection. See, if you could work your way in between the natural and the third, obviously that's a much better position for your lurkers, but I don't think they realize. Now look at this DT coming in. There is detection, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get any kills here. Meanwhile, a few more Hydras getting taken out. Oh, they get it to get it to High Templar though. Okay, well, that DT Sargal in, but gets another 2 drones. Quite well worth it. Yeah, I don't know who got worse off that fight because Zerg sacrificed a lot of Hydras for a Templar, but at the same time a Templar died and Protoss lost a lot of units. Oh, those Hydras are not good though. Honestly, these goons, even though they have no detection, they really are doing work right here.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where Zealots fall off. All there's so many lurkers on the map. They just get chewed up. And goons is kind of defensive pretty good.
Hive on the way.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a switch into those cracklings. The melee upgrades are already on the way. I would like to see like maybe another base for Zerg.
Yeah,
given the past third and the contain being up.
Yeah, I'd say 4 versus 3. It's kind of like, well, it's fairly even, right? Protoss will probably have to get something done, but well, like I said, let's break this contain. But yeah, if Zerg takes a 5th, then Protoss really is actually onto the pump, and they're obligated to come and kill a base basically. All these lurkers though. Where is that first observer? Honestly, I'm disappointed Melody didn't bring a whole bunch of Overlords and Hydras and start trying to snipe observers, because if your opponent's production has only just started, it's going to be so hard to keep up.
Oh, hey, look at the robo, immediately 5 observers are queued up.
Alright, Goon stepping forward. Not that much Hydra support, actually. They do take a lot of damage, though. Okay, here comes a couple Overlords. Uh-oh, the Observer is so far forward! Oh, okay, doesn't quite get taken out. Yeah. There's the Storm's out. Nice. Okay, but this is only a very small portion of Protoss' army. Not really sure why they're not committing with everything. Well, still, those Goons are doing their work, though. But these Hydras...
Oh, there's just more Lurkers, though, down to the right, but I think the contain is probably going to be over. We don't have a ton of reinforcements heading over here from Zerg.
Oh, you know what? Looks like Ireev just breaking through on one side with the Zealots. This might actually work if they just run across the map and, like, leave these Lurkers here. I mean, that's 5 Lurkers. And what's at home? Okay, there's a bunch of Lurkers at home. You know what? The defense of the natural looks very strong. 6 o'clock looks very weak. And the bottom right's probably fine too. But if Protoss realizes how weak the 6 o'clock is, they could probably take it out real quick here. But this natural, there's no way you're getting in there. This many Hydras and Lurkers, that's going to be a disaster if Protoss tries. Okay, they do retreat.
Yeah, why is it turning around?
God, the number of observers is stacking up though. Like you said, they just queued them up, which is a great move. Turns out. What are the DT being made to? Looks like Protoss not going to attempt the 6 o'clock here. I mean, it is daunting getting up those narrow ramps. But I feel like, well... Actually, you know what? This bottom right probably doesn't have enough defense now that I look at it. Oh, 3 Templars rallying into the Zerg army there, though. Very unfortunate. And there's another one coming, and I don't think Protoss is looking at this at all. Oh,
the Observer got sniped at the bottom right, at the 4th. So these Lurkers are just going to keep chipping away here.
I thought there were like 3 Observers there, but well, the damage is being done. But Protoss losing more and more Templars on the left side of the map. The contain technically re-established, but not really. That DT alone could probably clear it out. A lot of drones have fallen here. Now, I don't know if it was worth the entire Protoss army. In fact, I'd say it almost certainly was not.
I don't think so.
Oh, the DT got killed by Spike.
Oh, yeah,
so unnecessary.
So much value from these Lurkers here.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Melody made a bit of a mistake there, not realizing... Sorry, not Melody, Ireev. Not realizing that there was no detection. The DT could have just forced those back very easily. And now the Hydra's streaming across. Protoss doesn't really have much of an army to speak of. It's going to be hard to actually even build up again here.
Yeah, and that a Templar count just keeps getting reset. And you need that to fight any fights in the mid-game in this matchup.
Well, another Dark Templar coming out. See if this one lasts any longer. Now, Protoss is ambitiously continuing to expand. Well, here's the thing. If Protoss can hold on and keep up this rate of expansion, they will actually win because Zerg is neglected to take a 5th base. But the thing is, I feel like it's a matter of time before Zerg just takes one more good fight, and then they'll suddenly stream across the map and overwhelm the Protoss base, and then it'll be all over. But for now, Protoss continuing to be extremely aggressive, even in a dire situation.
Yeah, I feel like Ireev just never turns off the attack button. Just constantly rallying waves over here, no matter what's going on.
Well, it may just work out if it keeps Zerg under enough pressure. They continue to expand. Look at this, the reinforcements stream across, and the contain going to be re-established here, and that's a lot of Lurkers. That might actually be a big problem here. Now, is there detection of these Zealots and DT? There is. Where's the Overlord? Oh, it's way back. Okay.
Oh, these probes trying to transfer get chewed up by the Lurkers immediately.
I didn't even catch it. I was looking at the bottom right. Damn. Looks like Protoss going to try and return with their army, but even attacking from both sides. Well, I say that, but what are they attacking with from the actual base? There's not many units here. I don't know if they're going to be able to break through this contain, but at the same time, what defense is there in the bottom right? With these Goons and Observers, they could break through and destroy that. And you know what? That really puts Zerg back on 3 bases, in which case this contain doesn't really matter. Protoss will eventually be able to force his way through there, and it looks like this base will fall.
Yeah, it seems like Melody went too hard on the contain a bit, didn't have a solution for these units that snuck out, and they are going to kill this base. Just like a small handful of Hydras coming in, but I'm not even sure they can kill this army here.
Well, here's the thing: the Protoss is like reasonably efficiently just chipping away at these Lurkers. I mean, they don't need to like really crush them because they just have superior economy. Now these cracklings coming up actually will make this a lot more efficient for Zerg. Oh my gosh! Oh, he takes out the Overlord, and he's going to target the hatchery with the DT. What a nice move there.
Yeah, that was worth it for the Protoss, killing that base, especially because Melody does not have a 5th base yet, so the 6th is really good. Like, Protoss is up on bases technically right now.
Well, yeah, now, okay, here comes another drone. Will the DT see? Okay, looks like Ireev not controlling that, but I guess that means the DT will live also. Yeah, I feel like Zerg is kind of on a clock. He has to take out a base, or Protoss is going to pull way ahead. Now, Protoss still has to get out of his contain, but a lot of the Lurkers got killed off just by a handful of Goons already. Well, here we go. I know a defiling mount is built. I don't know if there's any defiles on the map. No, not yet. A lot of Zerglings around here.
Yeah, I'll play your research, but I haven't seen any defilers. I feel like this is a thing that can happen to Zerg players where they get stuck in this mid-game mode.
Yes.
I know they're gas on Hydras and Lurkers, which are good, but they're just not as good as defilers. We do have one here up on the hill above the Protoss base, but we haven't seen any Dark Swarms or anything yet.
Oh, I see it. I don't think it has consumed, does it?
It must not, or
yeah, it would surely be consuming. I honestly have consumed those Hydras just to plague those goons at this point. Oh, no! Well, he heard me.
There you go.
Oh, it's got just about enough. Oh, we didn't need to consume that one. But look, honestly, in these scenarios where Protoss isn't running around with a big army and they keep resetting, I would say you just pretend you're in a TVZ and start going like local link Defiler is actually pretty strong. Because in the late game, the Hydras, aren't as good. They're really good against Archons, say, but I mean, compared to local link Defiler against these like Zealot Goon, I don't think it's as good. Now, Shuttle coming out here. As we've mentioned, Melody just Ireeve and relentlessly is coming out with their units. Another Templar falls. Shuttle even falls. Oh dear.
This is hard to call because there have been so many scrappy fights from both players here. Oh, the Protoss even getting a 5th base right now.
I would say, like, in terms of like absolute value, the Zerg is getting more efficient fights here, but the problem is the Protoss is actually mining more. So they are going to overcome here. Oh, those Templars are... When was the last time we saw an actual storm come out? Oh, the probe transfer!
Yeah.
Well, Hydras have lurkers at that. Uh-oh, this means Zerg's gonna find it though. But Protoss continuing to expand takes even another base. Wow.
Yeah, it's just... I feel like there's just too much Protoss for Melody to kill here. Like, she's winning lots of good fights. It's just... There's just always more
Isn't
stuff.
Isn't this how Zerg's supposed to function? They just keep expanding, you can't stamp them out? That's what Ireeve's doing here. Honestly, I think it's gonna work. I think maybe it might even be too late already. Protoss here on +3, Zerg only on 2-1 with melee. And not even upgrading. Okay, just starts it now. So honestly, I think it might already be too late for Zerg. I think Protoss has done this just by constantly sending units out and expanding behind it, and Zerg has not been able to keep up. There's many more lurkers. Where's the observers right now? There is one over here.
Yeah, there's one nearby to protect that 4th base. I just don't see the numbers from a Zerg that are going to be needed to kill these bases.
Okay, well, they are trying to take that bottom right main finally. But yeah, look, this force coming in, I mean, it looks kind of threatening, but at the end of the day, it's not going to overcome this Protoss force. And Protoss, again, is just mining more. They're going to be able to build more. And honestly, this is not losses the Zerg can afford to take. Their only chance, I would have said, is to sit back, try and turtle the bottom right very well, and like snipe a base when Protoss isn't looking to swarm or something like that. But just sending the actual army for a straight up fight is not working out. Again, especially with the superior upgrades for Protoss, really paying off here.
Yeah, we're even seeing some Archons being formed to help fight under those Dark Swarms if they show up and deal with these Ling numbers. I'd like to see Reavers. I really like the style where you have like a robo at each base and you just pump out Reavers. Makes your bases so hard to kill.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think an underutilized tool is a DT as well at a base, especially if it has a ramp. Because we've seen that used to absolutely brutal effect sometimes. Now, there's a decent plague, but Zerg's still stuck just going down this path. Oh, wait, I hear a DT. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's so sneaky even the observers didn't catch it.
Yeah. Wow.
Nicely done by Ireeve. Honestly, that might be a game-ending blow if this attack fails, which I think it probably will. Well, those Lings getting on top doing some good damage, but there's just not enough. GG. Yeah, really impressive game from Ireeve. Just putting their foot on the gas.
Yeah, I feel like the constant pressure kind of threw Melody off of her game. Like, just delayed those expansions, let some units get through and kill drones a lot.
Yeah, I would say it was a very mechanic-based victory. They just keep making units and expanding. And honestly, the micro was not impressive because a lot of High Templars got picked off. Like, I wouldn't really say there were many fights where Protoss just like, oh wow, they took that fight well. It was just that they just kept expanding and making more stuff.
Exactly.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Ireeve in later games now. I'm hyped for their CPL career after that.
Well, we're about to see another PvC with Ireeve, so here you go.
Whoever their opponent is, I wish them luck. Alright, in the top right, in the olive, we have Ireeve, victorious in the last game, and in the top left, in the grey, we have Light Swarm. Oh no, this is going to be a match. Light Swarm, a very formidable player as well. We'll see how they can deal with that relentless aggression we just saw.
Yeah, Light Swarm was on my team CPLs ago, I think, and he was a very handy practice partner. So I'm eager to see how he does here.
Alrighty. Well, how would you describe his playstyle?
I think it was pretty standard.
Okay. So we'd expect to see 3 base Spire coming out here?
I guess. I just don't know what the standard is from Zerg in terms of that right now. Yeah.
Well, look, as far as pros go, when I left, the very popular option was getting a small amount of Mutalisks to put pressure on pros.
Yeah, the like 4 or 5 mutas.
Yeah, exactly. And then just macroing really hard behind it. Obviously, the 3-hatch Hydra, always popular, always will be.
We're going to have to deal with that for the rest of our lives.
That's right. Our children's children will still be like, God damn it, why are cannons so bad against Hydras?
And we even have a Forge expand again. So it seems like these higher CPL players are just deciding to go for the tried and true here over the gateway style.
Yeah, I'm intrigued that you delay the Forge when you do this. If it's like a 9 pool, is it still okay if you get the Forge this late? Because obviously it's more economical not to send the probe because you just mine a tiny bit more, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, you just make 2 cannons, and they'll finish like right when the links go there.
Okay. Well, it is not in fact a 9 pool. You may be surprised to learn. I like that both Zerg players we've seen so far being very safe sending out this drone scout. Alright, here we go. I was wondering if they're going to make a gateway somehow, but I'm like, wait, no, that's crazy. What do I know of this matchup anyway? Protoss lost scouting, but they did pile on scout, of course.
Yeah, Protoss gonna be just a little bit scared when you last scout, because you could like go up that ramp and see like 8 Zerglings coming down or something. But
right.
Oh, look at this! He even made 2 cannons.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do you cancel this now and get the Nexus? Like, is canceling it worth, or do you just let it finish?
Yeah. I think you cancel one if you can.
Okay. Because even if you don't need it right now, 2 cannons later isn't useless. But I guess you get most of the minerals back when you cancel.
Yeah, it's not like game over. You have to go 2 cannons, but you should probably cancel.
Has to try and stay alive. Oh, the dodges!
Oh, the wiggles!
That was absolutely sick. So Irish really trying to keep this probe alive, which so they should. And look at that Zerg taking a close third. Now that often suggests Hydra Bust.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if Light Swarm took that third and did not go for a Hydra Bust, because you're really just opening yourself up to a lot of danger from Protoss aggression. It's so close to their base, and also Protoss can quite easily cut off circulation there by standing between the natural and the third. Alright, well that probe's still alive. That was really amazing, actually. Oh, I thought that drone would do something.
Yeah, so the probe is alive, but it's kind of left the base, so it's not really useful anymore.
Well,
unless you can really sneak back in there.
Looking for a third, though.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's got its shields back anyway, and it looks like Light Swarm is not really determined to block it. Now, we should see Hydrogen coming up relatively soon if that is indeed what's going to happen here. I can't imagine there'll be any kind of lair-based play. Well, okay, if you go Mutalisk, is it worth it having the Scourge rallying from like that much closer? Is that going to be a thing, or...?
I've never heard of people doing that. I guess it makes sense.
But that's
Protoss'
game. Oh no, I thought they mineral walked it, but they did not, so they do not find the Hydra Den. Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go. So you were right about that close third. I don't think this is going to be the sort of economic follow-up that we saw from Melody. I think it's going to be all in.
Yeah, absolutely. And Protoss none the wiser, because unfortunately, you know, that probe didn't mineral walk back in. Does not see this hydrogen, although Light Swarm neglecting to get any upgrade yet. Not sure what they're waiting for, so they're kind of delaying this already. Okay, there we go. Hydra Speed starting. Citadel again for Ireeve. Seems like that's their preferred playstyle. Does mean they won't have a scout anytime soon, but honestly, you know soon enough when the Hydras start hitting your wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm always worried about when I skip Stargate. Is like not only like if they go mutas, it's just like game over, but like it's so much harder to just scout. Yeah. And being able to scout the Hydra player is so important because you have to see what they're doing with their larva, and you just can't do that without a Corsair or their probe on the map.
Yeah, so I imagine if someone had never like played multiplayer and they heard me saying like, "Oh no, they won't have a scout soon," they'd think I actually meant the unit scout. Obviously, the meta for Protoss, get that Stargate, get your scout up early.
There you go. Hey, it kills Overlords slightly faster than a Corsair.
True, so it does. It just costs more than slightly more. These scouts coming across. I mean, sorry, these zealots coming across. Gosh, I got scouts on my brain.
Great thing is a scout now.
Are they going to see the Hydras? Now, wait, did any Hydras actually get made? They did. But so far, these Zerglings just baiting them, delaying them, so Protoss still doesn't know. Only one cannon up still. If Zerg can build up 5 or 6 Hydras and hit before Protoss is aware, this game could end very quickly here. Looks like they are rallying them to the 12 o'clock, building them up. Okay, second cannon does go down. In fact, we saw Ireeve go straight for the Stargate after the Citadel this time, not going straight into Templar.
Yeah.
It might be because they have a different amount of scouting intel, yeah.
That's interesting. I've never seen someone go Citadel and then Stargate.
Yeah, well, obviously you can open Citadel, get Zealot Speed, and then get the Stargate later still, but yeah, this fast, and they're not even getting legs as far as I can see, so maybe they changed their mind for some reason. Something they saw made them think, oh, I need a Stargate. But unfortunately, it may kind of backfire in this case, because they're not going to be able to get Storms very soon, and Coursers, of course, aren't going to help you against these Hydras. Speaking of which, here they come. Okay,
I don't know if Pro's can hold this.
Yeah, it looks pretty dire. They take out one cannon right away, but the Lings have been spent now. The Zealot's going to buy a little bit of time. It is unfortunate that Zealot Legs was not researched, because then these could be a lot more effective. Oh no, that other cannon is not long for this well, I don't think. Oh, the Hydra's hitting it hard, and it will fall. Just Zealots left now, but more cannons are warping in. How much time can these Zealots buy? Protoss needs to start more cannons. I don't know how seriously they're taking this, to be honest. Oh my gosh, there's full.
How much money built up to make like this 7 cannons that you need.
That's true, but they could have cancelled, this probes building. But look at this, these Hydras falling back, but they're going to start chipping away at these probes. And honestly, even if Protoss gets the cannons up, if you kill this many probes, it might not even matter. So many Hydras here, the Zealots just getting slaughtered. Oh gosh, GG. I think Lightswarm just caught him by surprise. Well done there by Lightswarm. A well-executed attack, and they were very careful to hide their Hydras and the Zealots moving out as well, so nice work there.
Yeah, it's the classic scumbag Zerg 3-hatch Hydra right there.
That's right. Well, which is more scumbag, doing like 9-pull speed or 3-hatch Hydra?
I say 3-hatch Hydra.
So the level of scumbag is not proportional to like how long it takes you to win?
No.
Okay. Interesting. I'm just wondering if there's any like 1-hour strategies you could describe as scumbag.
I don't know, like lift off to the island? I don't know.
Yeah, and just fortify one island the whole game. Good lord.
Maybe like in PvP, if you go carriers, like you won't win, but you're impossible to kill. Like something like that, I don't know.
Alright, let's jump into that next step. Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
Alright, in the top right, we have Melody again. And in the bottom right, we have Lightstorm again. So ZVZ time. Black vs white. We'll see how we go.
Chess match here.
That's right. That means white has the advantage though, doesn't it? Oh dear.
Oh yeah, they get to go first.
You know, we don't see draws often in StarCraft, I have to say.
Yeah, how could you draw in this matchup?
Well, I'm sure I probably mentioned it 100 times on cast, but I don't know if most people know StarCraft 2 actually has an inbuilt draw system, which is very cool, I think.
Yeah.
But Brood War does not have that, so it would just be my mutual agreement, and in CPL I'm pretty sure our policies you just have to regame, even on the same map, so that would be brutal. I imagine if we were in an actual, like, league match, if we'd only have to rematch if the... to regame if the result was in doubt? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like super rare for any game to end in a draw, right?
For sure. Which is surprising, because it's not hard to imagine how it could when you just have static defense left and no units, say.
Yeah, but those like kind of base rate scenarios are pretty rare. I don't know if you remember like Wings of Liberty era though, they happen all the time.
Well,
because people were so aggressive.
What I remember is towards the end of Wings of Liberty, Protoss always coming out with the Soul Train, and then Zerg literally just going back to their main, building like 15 Sunkens on their ramp, and Nidusing the Protoss main. That's what I remember from Wings of Liberty.
Classic gameplay.
Yeah, it was because, you know, they didn't want to deal with late game Zerg at that time. It was an experience. But hey, people are probably going to get mad if we talk about StarCraft 2 too much. Let's talk about draws in Zerg vs Zerg. So, like I said, it's kind of easy to imagine if one player goes 4-pool or 5-pool or whatever and is building Sunkens to attack the opposing player, and you end up with, you know, them not finding their opponent right away or something. I don't know, I could imagine one player losing all their drones and the other player with the Sunken in the enemy main just kind of kills everything there but can't reach a certain building or something. I don't know.
I like that. I didn't think about the proxy Sunken. I think that could probably happen.
In fact, it could also happen fairly easily just in normal openings if before Mutalisk you both just kill all of each other's drones with Zerglings.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so by the way,
like...
sorry, you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we see Melody going for this 12 pool and expansion here, where it seems like I wasn't really watching, but I think Light Swarm went for 12 pool but did not expand. Surely this is a 12 pool with this gas timing. I don't know. Well, their lings are out. Maybe it was an overpool. This is what I get for not paying attention.
Exactly. We were talking about the wrong game entirely.
That's right. That's right. People are going to be complaining now. Why are these casters doing that StarCraft 2? My God. Well, I suppose the reason I mentioned that is because I think it would be nice if Brood War had a similar inbuilt system.
I don't think it would come up too often, but anyway, we do have this fight here in this game. It seems like it's an even amount of lings, like a slightly better position for Lightswarm down here, but I think Melody might be able to just make enough lings to save.
Oh, that engagement is so good for Lightswarm, though.
Yeah,
that is a really good engagement for Lightswarm. Almost got 2 more lings, and honestly, that would probably have ended the game if those 2 lings died. But either way, this hatchery is in a lot of danger right now. I don't know where the other lings are for Melody. Did they make drones? Well, what's going on here? Oh no, this hatchery's dead. Forget this hatchery. That drone getting its 1 hit before it dies.
So now it's sort of... It's actually, like, very close. It seems like
this is the
Lightswarm just has, like, a bit more gas.
I thought Lightswarm had a very similar build. Just didn't make the hatchery. Which I guess paid off, because I think what happened is Melody made 1 additional drone to replace the drone that made the hatchery, and so they had 2 less lings, and obviously Lightswarm got that really good starting engagement, which made all the difference. But now, Lightswarm have a lot more lings here. The Spire timing going to be roughly similar. There we go, just starts here for Melody, which honestly, when these players watch the replay after game, Melody's going to be like, huh, I wasn't really that behind? How does that make sense?
Yeah, like, I would not expect the Spire timings to be this close in a game where a player had an expansion die.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I just wonder, could both players have just made hatcheries and not replaced the drone right away, just kept making lings, and they both would have been fine? I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like it's so tightly tuned in this matchup. Like, that 1 larva might have changed it.
By the way,
significantly.
Did Lightswarm not get ling speed? Oh dear.
Oh, I think you might be right. That might be why Lightswarm has more gas.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. I think their gas started slightly earlier. Yeah, again, I didn't really see the openings, but I think Lightswarm's pool was like 1 drone earlier or something. Oh, look at this engagement. And once again, quite a good engagement for Lightswarm, but Melody does have ling speed, so can easily duck away here, but still, the ling count is worrying. And look at this drone. Melody just really wants an expansion in this game, but you play in ZVZ, you don't always have that option. God, look at these slow lings just hopping their way up here. See, speed lings are running, slow lings are just hopping.
Yeah, so I think with this defensive arc, Melody's going to keep those links out. But back at home, Lightswarm is getting a second hatchery, and I think it's going to be just larva for these mutalisks.
Absolutely, and here's the thing. Lightswarm saved their money in lava, so they're morphing 3 mutas at once, whereas Melody, I think, kind of panic made 6 more lings because they're under the pump with this aggression. So Lightswarm absolutely going to have the muta count advantage to begin with. And I mean, their gas is similar, so I don't really see any way for Melody to catch up. And look at this. Lightswarm thinking they have a Spire timing advantage is actually going to come right across here, but their Overlord is in the enemy base, so I think they should know. But that said, there's only 1 mutalist out for Melody, and it's going to run right into the mutalist of Lightswarm. Oh no, this could be a severe loss. But they both bypass.
What?
Okay.
They both go past each other?
That might be even worse for Melody, though, because there's 3 mutas pick off drones. And look at this muta coming back, like, wait, no, don't do it. Okay, here's the thing. In this engagement, the bounces favour Melody, because her units are below the mutalist, but 3 versus 2, it doesn't really matter. And honestly, this might be enough for Lightswarm to win. Just the efficiency of fighting, what do you call it, like, you know, outnumbered. GG.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for the stream, my microphone just fell.
I was wondering what happened.
I'm so sorry if that was very loud. My microphone literally fell off my desk. That's how excited I was for this ZVZ. I hope people's ears are okay.
It's 3 mutalisks versus 2!
I mean, that's pretty exciting, man.
Yeah.
No one's saying anything, chat. I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
They all just talk about StarCraft 2 and they fell asleep.
Oh, no.
I can't believe that Melody went across the map with 1 mutalisk.
Right? Well, again, maybe they thought they had the Spire timing advantage. Both players seemed very unclear on what was going on there. That was a very weird ZVZ, but I mean, it still lasted about the same length as a pro ZVZ, so they must be doing it right.
That's what makes you a good player, is game length.
That's right. So if you lose in 2 seconds, I mean, you might have lost, but you're a pro, obviously. Well, they also had all the same units as pros.
Yeah.
Alright. In the bottom left here, in the purple, We have Zakrom seeing them for the first time tonight. And the top right in the grey, we have Light Swarm once again. Another PVZ.
I didn't intend for this to be so not Terran.
Honestly, I've done a lot of casters that like PVZ for hours and hours, so I'm used to it. Look, someone in chat was asking, is there any Protoss on tonight? So I feel vindicated that I said, of course.
Yeah. There we go. It's okay, whenever I cast Saetzero, only gives me replays before the Protoss loses. It's amazing.
That's pretty funny. Well, we only saw one Protoss victory so far, right?
Actually, it's 1-1.
Yeah, what I said is still technically true, even though I'm framing it like some horrible dirt of words. Yeah. It's all about the framing. So, will we finally see a Gateway? I don't know. Is Gateway dead? What's going on? Do you know why Forge is more popular again?
I think it's just because Zerg is learning how to handle the Gateway better. And I think Zerg is being like a little bit more aggressive. And the Forge opening is just a bit safer than the Gateway opening.
Definitely Forge has always been safer.
Yeah.
But it means Zerg kind of has a free hand to get away with whatever. And press do like putting on the aggression now. Will this probe see this Overlord by the time it leaves the top left main? Oh, it's looking for the Overlord? Ooh.
Yeah, I think this is a
nice move.
Intentional timing.
Very nice.
I love stuff like this. Did you actually see it? Yeah,
I think so.
did.
Just reacting quickly there.
Yeah.
Look at this. The probe coming down pretty early. Will we actually see a Gateway still? It's positioned for a Forge though, so...
Like, it could be a Gateway. Like, there's no reason, really, that you can't do the Balance Scout, but it's like...
Gateway Expand doesn't exist now. Okay, this drone coming down. Ooh, there's a Crom electing not to block that, but I guess you don't have the scouting info. You don't want to get faked out here.
Yeah.
And I think the drone barely doesn't get back in time to block this. Oh,
man, that was barely away there.
Yeah, that was so close. But Zerg able to get their hatchery up, no problem, which must be very, very comforting, very relieving, I suppose, for Zerg when you're just like, oh, no, I'm not going to have to deal with shenanigans today. Now, again, we see these cannon first cross positions, even though Protoss scouted already, it was Overpool. Like, is that...
Yeah.
Whoa, actually, we see two cannons. That's definitely...
You definitely don't need two cannons. Yeah.
I don't think Protoss realizes this is just a normal Overkill build. Oh, they cancelled one, but still, it's a bit of a shame to waste that money. Oh, you don't want to lose this probe either.
Yeah, it'd be very unfortunate. You really need that scouting info. Oh my god. 1 elf.
Oh, tries to juke back, but it's not enough. Now, where'd that third drone go? There it is. Okay, they're just building it in the middle of there. We'll see if Lightstorm goes for a 3-hour Charger Bust again. Obviously, cross positions are going to take longer to get there. That's not to say it couldn't still work. Now, another probe is coming. I don't know if Zakron mineral walked that or if it's just coming on the regular way. Looks like it is just pathing up. It's not actually mineral walked anyway. Just looking for that third base here.
Yeah. Yeah, third base, like, might help you confirm it's not some crazy 2-hatch build. Helps you count the drones if the base is actually done.
Comes up to his third base.
Very handy to his probe, yeah.
So
it does see the third base.
Now, so preparing to block the ramp with these Zerglings here. Not in position yet. Will this probe sneak in? Okay, gas is only just starting to be mined, so there's not going to be anything to see there yet. Oh, that probe almost got in. But it does fall again.
Second.
Oh, what were you going to say, sorry?
Oh, I was just saying those lings like squeeze on the ramp at the last possible second to stop that probe.
Alright, Lightswarm, I would say he's using all the tricks in the book, but apparently his book only has one page. Going straight for 3-hatch Hydra again. And Protoss, none the wiser, unfortunately.
Free trick in the 2-page pamphlet.
The first page is like 9 full speed, the second page 3-hatch Hydra? Yeah, the pamphlet. Every trick in the pamphlet. Oh dear. See, they said Shine had a bag of builds. I guess Lightswarm here just has like a little post-it note of builds.
Any pack of builds.
Yeah, that's right. Oh dear.
Hey, if it doesn't, if it works.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you only need one build if it's the best build. No, what am I saying? 9 full speed's the best build. 3-hatch Hydra, not as good. Now, only one sell it out just now, and not number one production, but the Stargate is coming up a lot faster here, so Zakron may be able to get some advanced warning with this, like I said, of course, across, but it depends when Lightswarm chooses to attack, because already the Hydras are building up now.
Yeah, it's going to be like a razor-thin margin if Zakron waits on this Corsair just to make more cannons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if you wait for the Corsair, will you even be able to survive making more cannons, assuming Light Swarm attacks right away? And look at this Overlord, well, obviously it's in a bit of danger when the Corsair comes out, but other than that, excellently positioned to see there's only one cannon, so we might see Light Swarm really take advantage of this, and it looks like they are sending their Hydras across right away, which might be the move here. Ooh,
yeah, I'm feeling worried for Protoss here. One cannon is going to be even harder than we saw in that previous game.
Alright, the first Corsair is coming out, but like you're saying, it does seem like the margin is just that Zerg is actually going to arrive here before the Corsair leaves the base, I think. Well, will they attack right away? They're waiting for range. Second cannon coming up. Not due to any scouting, it's just a safety cannon here, but I mean, even 2 might not be enough depending on the Hydra see. More Lings being made, in fact. Zerg actually running out of gas a little bit, but Lings will help too. Here comes the Corsair, and it's going to go right past those Hydras. I assume Protoss noticed that? Well, let's see. Do they react?
I'm not sure.
They may not have. Uh-oh. Okay, surely they'll notice that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know no more cannons being made. Okay, they start being made, but Zerg dives forward at this moment too, going for the Forge. Please be careful. Barely doesn't lose that Hydra.
Yeah, we're seeing the armor upgrade first. I don't know if it'll matter, but...
Well, if it gets done, it is more useful against Hydras than weapons. But will it get done? I have my doubts. Whether or not Zerg is going to win here, I don't think this Forge is going to survive.
Yeah.
Well, Protoss buying some time, just sitting back with the Zealots right now, and plenty of cannons going up, actually. I mean, I don't know. Can Zerg bust through here? Looks like they can, actually. Only 2 cannons finished, and the warping in cannons are honestly worse than useless sometimes. Oh yeah, looks like they're going to snipe it down easily. Another one trying to finish. Zerg gets drilled pretty well, actually, in that gap. I think it used the Corsair to drill, but it's just not enough. Like, the number of Hydras here is just devastating, and with only 2 cannons finished when they started, there's no hope for Protoss here. Zerg just crushing it. Light Swarm just crushing people with their Hydra Bust.
Evil.
Well, again, it looks exactly like some pro games I've seen.
It just shows like how hard you have to try to scout the Zerg to make sure that's not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw in the other game, Ireve sent out some Zealots to try, but the Zerg did a really good job just hiding the Hydras, whereas this time Zerg just kind of brought them straight across. Maybe more confidence since there wasn't even a second cannon, that Protoss had no idea what was coming.
Alright, well, I think we're saying goodbye to Protoss for at least one game.
Alright, in the top left here, sorry, bottom left, we have Light Swarm once again, undefeated so far, but in the top left in the orange we have Pandora. Are they prepared to take down the Zerg menace? I don't think 3-Arch Hydra is going to work on Terran here today.
Did anyone ever just go, like, just Hydra bust against Terran? Like Lurkers
make it's a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them. But yeah, no, against Bio, that's not a good time. But we'll see. I mean, Pandora could do a mech opening here. Now, I have seen Pandora do mech openings in the past, but I don't know recently. Pandora, I should say, very skillful Terran player. I honestly, I would expect them to be in Tier 0 this season. We'll see. As I said, this group I would expect is around high Tier 1, maybe low Tier 0, but I guess it all depends on the player's performance here. And honestly, Light Swarm has not really been put to the test. They could be like a, 400 APM pro gamer for all we know, because so far they just won before they really had to do much.
Exactly. All they have to do is make Hydras.
Now I want to ladder a Zerg and try 3-Arch Hydra busts against Terran. They'd never expect it.
True. So what would you do as a Terran player if you saw a Zerg take a third base that fast? You just like make Marines and kill them? Like,
I mean, you can try and bunker rush it, but that's very dicey. So usually you just go to X Academy and just come out with your usual timing. And Zerg has to make Sunkens in 2 locations, and it's not really going to be worth it for Zerg most of the time. And here's the thing: if you went like proxy racks, obviously you can really stop that. So Zerg is taking a risk by doing that. Now, I don't think Pandora's going to go for any gas here. I don't know. It looks like it's still going to be a bio opening. Which is interesting because we were seeing all Goliath build yesterday when we were casting. Actually, I think there was one game we saw T-Rex Academy. But it is a pull first once again. Like you were saying, is this Hawk's fault telling people to go overpull in every matchup?
Yeah, I guess. It must be. influencing all the young Zerg minds.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so. We keep seeing it. No gas taken right now, so it looks like a third hatch is probably going to come up here. Although I don't know if you'd delay it, but I can't imagine you would.
Did Pandora's SCV just turn around for some reason? Like,
yeah.
Did he like expect to see the Overlord and didn't see it, so he turned around?
What Zerg is sending their first Overlord cross map? What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird, and it's gonna hurt.
Scout coming out here. Okay, sees the Overlord in the bottom right, so should know that it's bottom left now. That is a very weird scouting pattern. Now, okay, here's the gas, but I don't know. I think that was a mistake how late that was, because I can't imagine Zerg wants to get it that late when they're going 2 hatch here. So Zerg's lair actually going to be a bit delayed here. Terran going to come up, scout this hatchery. When you select that, you'd be thinking, oh, that's slightly late, and you kind of get worried there's 6 lings on the map heading to your base, but hopefully they know the timing's precisely enough that they know that that's not a 9-pool hatchery. 4 lings out here trying to chase this SCV. A bunker goes down immediately, so actually it looks like Pandor is worried about ling aggression here, and this might actually set Pandor back quite a bit, unfortunately. This SCV doing the dance. Oh, it's dead. It's done. That's a bit unfortunate. Dies before the lair even starts. Used to say there will be a lair, maybe it'll be link speed. Okay, it's a lair. But look at this. Pandor having to get a bunker before the CC. Well, I shouldn't say having to, choosing to, which is completely unnecessary. As we can see, there's only 4 Zerglings out, so that's really slowing Pandor down a bit. But that said, this lair is quite late too. It's like 20 seconds late, which can be extremely impactful, especially if a stim time is coming across the map.
Like we've seen a bunch of players like kind of freak out and make too much defense today.
Yeah.
Like Zerg has been more aggressive on the ladder lately, and so everyone's like scared they're gonna get Ling Alland or something.
Well, if you feel like you're the stronger player, maybe it makes sense to over-defend rather than under-defend. SCV still managed to get back in there and confirm the lair, which is actually a pretty big deal. Surprised Lightswarm didn't try and deny that. But that said, Terran did already make a bunker, so it's not like seeing a Ling coming, which was any drastic changes. They just bring some SCVs down here. Now, T-Rex Academy is coming up. Terran going to have the good old stim timing here. We didn't see any Sunken starting yet, but of course there's still plenty of time. Oh, look at that, 3rd hatch in the base. So maybe that's why you get the delayed gas here. I know I have to ask Hawk about this, because my understanding of Zerg builds is failing me here. I still really feel like, though, it was actually not intentional to get the gas that late. Because the stim time is still going to cause you trouble even if you have a 3rd hatch sitting in the back. Now, it is going to be Mutalisk here, Spire coming up. Terran's Academy finishing in just a moment.
There's like plenty of time to build the Sunkens, right? Like you can just build the creep colonies, and then when you see the Terran move out, build the Sunkens. Like,
yeah, I do like when I play Zerg. I do like to just get a creep colony and not morph it until I know something's happening, because then you can build one more drone in the meantime. Because it's very quick to morph a creep colony to a Sunken.
Yeah.
But yeah, not even morphing a creep colony at this point. If Terran moves out with the first medics, could be dicey for Zerg. And even if you have 1 Sunken finished, a stim timing will kill 1 Sunken easily. You really need 2. And potentially more sometimes. Let's see if Terran does go for the move out. The SCV seeing everything that's happening here, especially seeing that 3rd hatch in base, really gives indication. It's still no creep colony whatsoever. Spire's still on the way. Here's the thing, if Terran is expecting a regular muta timing, he might not be so prone to move out, but it is late. Like I mentioned, it's going to be at least 20 seconds late, maybe more actually looking at this, because I think the Spire didn't go down straight away either. And look at this, Terran starts to move out. The Zerg does see it right away. Still no colony. Man, is this going to be another short game?
Hydrogen and 7 mutas.
Yeah, I mean, this can be a play. You just make mutas and do an immediate lurker transition, which is fine. It's kind of like the same philosophy as the PvZ stuff we're seeing, where you just get a few to put pressure, and then you're transitioning away, which is okay, but the problem is, if Terran Stim's in here, I don't know if the mutas are going to be ready. They might barely over time.
Super late, they just started.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything. They are not going to defend the Zerg here. It's up to the Mutalisk, and the problem is, if the Mutalisk are hatching when the Terran's already at your hatchery, that's really not a favourite position for Zerg. Because yes, they can... Oh no.
Right away, 3 mutas.
This game's over, GG.
Oh yeah. No.
Look, even if Lightstorm kept all the mutas alive and pulled them back to get ready to micro them, the problem is Terran is gunning down your hatchery the whole time, and the mutas need time to try and work away at the bio at the angle that's favourable to them. So it's not really going to work out for Zerg either way. But, well... Pandor played solidly. You know, that was exactly how the PvZs went, but for Terran versus Zerg. You just do your timing, and Zerg was not prepared. Although I'd say I blame the Protoss less what happened than what happened to Zerg in that game, because Terran's always doing a stim timing, usually. Like, Zerg should know they need defense at that time.
Yeah, like, that wasn't even, like, hidden. It was just, like,
exactly. That's just the normal build.
The build that you do.
Even if Zerg defends that, it's not like Terran was doing an aggressive build and they're behind. That's just what you do. in the bottom right, once again we have Pandor, and in the top left we have Melody. See if this game lasts a bit longer. I feel like when you said, oh, there's a game about Protoss, you know, it's just a short one, just as a token, and this one will be the same.
Exactly. Everyone wants to get back to that good Protoss content.
People are saying Pandor was Tier 0 last season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is correct indeed. Melody probably was too.
I think Melody was Tier 1, but she's gotten a lot better in the meantime.
People talking about Jadong vs Flash. Was that on Match Point, or are you talking about on Camelot? I'm trying to remember the game. Where there was TVZ Hydra Bus. Because on Match Point I thought Flash won, but I don't remember the one on Camelot. Dada, what game are you talking about? I really want to see the Hydra Bus this game.
Yeah, we keep hyping it up.
That's right. The TVZ Hydras. I mean, hey, Hydra luck is a thing. It's just not a very good thing. So cross positions here. Terran will have a harder time getting across for a bust, of course, but at the same time, anywhere Zerg expands to is going to be closer to the Terran because they're already as far away as possible from the Terran.
I'm curious to see if we see the overpull again, but it looks like no. Looks like we are going to see maybe a 12 hatch here.
Okay, so yeah, is there something that Hawk knows that I don't? That he's just saying overpull so that people just play safe and focus on their macro, right? Not because it's actually a superior build, right?
Well, I would assume. Like I feel like 12 hatch is like free in this matchup as long as the Terran doesn't like proc to the barracks.
Well, here's
or something.
the thing: no matter what build Terran does, you can still theoretically survive macro. If they do a BBS, you can still survive with hatch first. So there's no way you can say it's greedy or unsafe or anything. Like it's technically survivable versus anything. The only thing is, I would say, if Terran is going greedy, you won't have any opportunity to punish. If you go overpull and Terran's playing Sissy first, if you scouted it quickly, I imagine you could get Lings there pretty quickly and cause a lot of trouble. But I don't know. And here's the thing, also, if Terran goes 15 CC blind, obviously you're going 9 pool, you just win that game instantly, but if you're going overpool and Terran's going CC first blind, sorry, 15 CC blind, if you scouted that, you can probably make 6 Lings slightly faster than Terran's expecting, and if they don't realize what's going on, they might just instantly lose in that scenario either. But if Terran just does a normal opening, and like nothing really happens, it is just going to be slightly disadvantaged for Zerg, and I don't know if it was part of it, or again, like I keep saying, just a mistake last game, but we saw how much later than Mutas were, and that really cost the Zerg the game.
Yeah. If they were out just a few seconds earlier, it might have had a chance to get stacked up. And
with a normal hatch first 2 hatch build, they absolutely would have been out before that Terran hit the natural. Again, it might have been dicey for Zerg with no Sunkens, but it looks like they would have had a chance. For a second I thought it was a second spawning pool, I'm like, what? But no, okay, we've got a 3 hatch build coming up here.
So when we were both actively playing last, 2 hatch was like 99% of games.
Oh, absolutely, 99.9% I would say.
Yeah. Do you know if like this 2.5 from last game and this 3 hatch from this game, is it coming back into style, or is it just...
Not that I've noticed. I don't think so. As far as I know, pros are still just going down on 2 hatch. Oh, that SCV, you don't want to leave the main with that voluntarily, you want to stay in there. Now, Terran looks like they are going to go for that eBay, which is the tried and true option versus 3 hatch. You can go for 2x Academy and try and bust, which is a fine move as well. But looks like Terran are going for that powering Biostar, which is so popular and really made 3 hatch a lot less popular. That's not to say it counters the Zerg, they still have to play. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, it's the like 5 Rex plus 1 build, right? Like you get the 1 barracks and you get 4. Yeah, I remember that from
I would say at least 4. You can go
2.
4. You can go 4 getting this eBay. I haven't seen anyone go 3, and it doesn't really make much sense, I don't think. But yeah, with this eBay first, I'd say at least 4, probably 5. You know, I suppose you could go 3 if you just want like a fast tech or something. But yeah, getting 5 and putting on that pressure is definitely the most popular option against Mutalist for sure. Against 3H Lurker, I mean, it depends on kind of the map and the micro, but getting 4 barracks in a factory faster is pretty good too. Well, this SCV is doing a good job staying alive now, despite its premature departure. I get nervous anytime Terran goes down the ramp in case suddenly Zerg can block it and they don't see what's going on. But that said, with 3 hatch, they got plenty of time before Zerg's tech is out, so they're not under too much pressure here. So if it was going to be Lurker, we would have seen a Hydra Dem by now, so it looks like it's going to be Spire again.
Yeah, for a while, like 2 hatch and 3 hatch Lurker were really popular in CPL.
Yeah, well, I was saying yesterday on the cast, anytime in preseason someone's got a Terran to get through and they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not good at 2VZ, they just do 2 hatch Lurker and it always works. I don't think I've ever seen 2 hatch Lurker lose in preseason. sad.
Yeah, it's like how in the finals or the last week of the season, people suddenly bust out all the cheese.
Yeah, at the start and the end, it's all cheese. Now look at this, Melody much more prudently getting a sunken already. I mean, they don't really know if it's going to be 5 racks or 2 racks Academy here, right? So I think it makes sense to be safe. Nicely positioned Zergling, by the way, is going to see any move out from the Terran, but Terran's still just gearing up right now, adding on those barracks that we talked about. Where is the Spire at? Oh, it's down there at the natural. Why is the
Spire? Got a ton of Marines.
Yeah. Why is the Spire's sack here so big? When it's such a narrow thing. You see what I mean? Because it looks like a hatchery or something.
What do you mean? Oh, the building enemy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the word for it is.
Yeah. Cocoon, I guess.
Cocoon, yeah, sure. That's the least gross word, probably.
Exactly.
SUV got taken out when I wasn't looking, unfortunately. I'm too obsessed over this Spire. Because let's watch it when it hatches. It's in this massive thing, and then it is tall, but it's so narrow.
Maybe it's when it's being built, it's actually on its side. It has to tip up.
Oh yeah, I can see that now actually. Or it's kind of like an accordion action. You squish it down, and the legs there bend out to the side.
They fold out. Yeah.
All right, 9 mutalisks on the way. That very classic 3-hatch meter timing, and at the same time, Terran looking to move out. Now, I don't know. I think Terran needs to wait for a few more Marines here, but they might just be getting a little bit of space and then turning back because they definitely need to reinforce this against mutalisks. Look at that, +1. Oh, we see scans going down. Does scan the mutalisks, knows exactly what's going on. +1 air weapons coming up for the Zerg, so obviously a big commitment to mutalisks coming up here. Now, this third base is quite ambitious, I will say, and Zerg doesn't actually know which way the Terran bio is going. And the mutalisks are heading straight for the Terran base. I think if Terran sees the mutalisks hit the natural, he should just head straight to the third and take that out. But looks, the mutalisks actually do turn, and they are trying to look for that bio now, so actually Melody going to be more defensive. Well, let's see. Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay, Pandora not looking luckily for Zerg. Nice pick off.
We hatched a few reinforcements here.
Oh, there's no bunker. That's a bit awkward. But still, honestly, the Mutila's taking a lot of damage there. I don't think that was quite worth it for Zerg. Nice scan to get a little bit more damage. I mean, I don't think he really needs anything for anything else because I think he already scanned the third and he knows what Tech Zerg's doing, so I don't mind that scan just to get a couple more shots there. Now, look at this, how fast Terran is taking. Already Starport starting. This is like lightning fast Starport timing. This is going to be a big problem for Zerg if they don't have any hive tech coming up here, which they do not. No Queen's Nest. If you have Mutalisks only and a Radiate comes out, you're going to have a hell of a time. Now look at this. Terran just continuing the attack, while Zerg has kind of lost track of the bio army. This is where it gets really dangerous for Zerg. I don't think he has quite enough to bust 4 Sunkens here, but I don't know. If the Mutalisks all really attacking heavily in the main, he might try it. Let's see. He looks like he's going for the natural. +1 armor is not done yet, so he needs to be careful here. Don't want to lose that medic. Yeah, that medic's dead.
Busting the bunker, though.
But I think that's a mistake from Zerg, because, well, actually, Terran is really screwing this up, donating so many units to the Zerg natural. If Terran kept his whole army alive here, I think he could have busted 4 Sunkens if barely, but unfortunately, now he cannot, since he actually lost a lot for free, and I hope he doesn't try it. But Zerg's still compelled to turn around by the presence of that bio.
What about the third base, though? Didn't Terran
I thought he scanned it. Maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe
I guess not.
Yeah, because he definitely would go kill it. Oh, this Overlord! Kill the Overlord! Oh my gosh, that's the luckiest Overlord in the world.
Wow.
I can't believe it survived. Like, that Overlord must have been sweating bullets as those guys were walking past. Oh, they're coming back. Oh no, he thought he was safe. Oh.
No. He was 1 day from retirement.
Okay, this is not enough Marines though. Oh, well, that said, no, do not with this micro here. Ooh, nice pickoffs on the injured ones. I was going to say that's not enough bio, these Mutalisks can pick it off, but Pandora tenaciously sniping off a couple more Mutalisks there. Needs to get these armies back to reinforcements and then they'll be looking good. Zerg finally getting lurker aspect here. Really has not done enough to make these Mutalisks worthwhile given their commitment +1 weapons.
Oh, here we go. A big surround on the bio ball.
Yeah.
Link's going out of nowhere, and all these Marines are going to die now. It's going to set Terran back for a while.
This is a big mistake by Terran. They had so many Marines in the natural and they made no attempt to unite these forces. That's very unfortunate for Terran actually, but that said, the vessels are actually already in production. The lurker aspect is not even halfway done. So even though the trade's not quite going Terran's way, they've done a good job of preventing any harassment damage here. And with 5 racks, you can rebuild so quickly. I think it's still worth it for the Terran. We're the medics though.
With those fast starports out, we already have 2 vessels and a Radiate coming. So
yeah, and +2 weapons.
It's not long for this world. Yeah.
Plus 2 weapons should start fairly soon. Yeah, the thing is, even with lurkers here, I mean, Terran's going to be getting so much value over radiates with no hive tech. I don't know what Zerg's going to be able to do here. Okay, Mutalisk trying to fly in. Ooh, we're going to get some reinforcements. Got the main force coming back here to pressure them. I don't think Terran really wants to move out here and sell vessels. He's just trying to push out a little bit to put pressure on the Zerg.
Yeah.
Go, actually, he's moving across now. Okay, no, he's just going for this high ground. Another Marine gets donated. Man, Terran's force could be a lot bigger than it is here. Unfortunately, a lot of units have died for little gain. Again, vessels are out now, though. These Mutalisks not even completely clumped, though, so already not even looking super attractive. Ooh, barely doesn't pick that off. Okay. Oh, another Marine falls. This is a nice harassment by Melody here.
Yeah, the fact, like, the start was maybe a bit too greedy in the charts, but like since then these units have been really effective at picking off straggling units.
Yeah, I think by no means should Zerg have attempted to bust that bunker earlier. When you don't know where the bio army is, it could be about to bust your natural. Like I was saying, if Pandor controlled better, maybe he could have. So that was a very risky move in my opinion. But other than that, the Muta control has been pretty good. What is one lone Muta? Looks like Zerg going to try for a 4th gas base here. Finally scans at 6 o'clock. 3 lurkers are not really going to be any match for 2 vessels here. Honestly, even D-Matrix might be worth it just to bust this now, because the thing is, if you irradiate, Zerg has some time to react. Let's see, irradiates 1 lurker. You go for another one here. Honestly, with only 1 lurker on the ramp, though, Terran could have busted anyway. Especially since +1 armor is done. Man, this looks very dicey for Zerg right now. Scourge coming across, but I mean, you can kill the vessels, but their damage is already done here. I don't think there's anything to stop Terran coming up here.
It's a big force here. It's going to get all the way up the ramp 8 straight into the middle line.
Melody doesn't even want to see how this one ends. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Nope. I think they were about to lose, but I mean, you could at least let your forces try.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really good macro by Pandor there. Like we were saying, there was some engagement issues, but that's honestly not the main factor in any StarCraft game. It's always how much you produce, not how much you use it. So I guess in StarCraft, what I'm saying is size of your army does matter, not how you use it.
Exactly, just brute force everything. So this is the final game for Group 3D8.
Alright, let's get into it.
It's going to be a TVP. I think it's the first time we've seen that tonight.
Absolutely it is. Alright, in the bottom left, in the purple, we have Zekrom. And in the top left, in the red, we have Pandor once again. I mean, Pandor looking good so far.
Actually, Pandor super solid in these games.
See if you can take out Protoss as easily as you can take out Zerg. Lightstorm says playing versus Pandor is auto loss.
It seems like it.
Yeah, their 5 racks macro there was just so solid. Presumably in TVP we can expect the same. Now Zekrom, we didn't really get to see much of what they had in store in the ZVP, of course. Hopefully, hopefully we get to see a more elaborate strategy in PvT. Who knows, Pandor might just go for 2-fac and end it. Anything's possible.
Oh my god, the nightmare for Protoss.
Well, how many options does Terran really have to end it early? They can obviously try and BBS, but I mean, come on, in PvT that's kind of crazy. Or they can 2-fac. I mean, is there anything else?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm surprised that there's no builds at all where someone gets like Cloaked Wraith.
I tried it long ago when I was like before they had the ratings. I think I would have been 1500 equivalent, I suppose, back in Frontier League, and it seemed to work. But then they just got a cannon or two, and I couldn't do anything. But yeah, it does seem like maybe
get a forge and build a cannon, and the time it takes your Cloaked Wraith to kill your probes.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, they cost so much gas is the issue here. Now, looks like it's going to be a gasless expand here from Pandor, which if they want to go for a macro-oriented play, makes sense. It is a bit risky, though. If it's proxy gate, it can be a bit harder, but so far, Zekrom doing a totally normal opening. Now, going to scout this immediately, and I think if you find this right away, it's definitely worth it to get a Zealot or 2 before your core, maybe. Just really put some pressure on here, but Pandor can set up a pretty effective SimCity, so I don't expect Pandor will die or anything. Gonna start harassing, though. Honestly, when this happens as Terran, you're like, oh god, why didn't I just go for a gas opening?
Yeah.
In fact, we see this is a pretty modern response. Actually, we see Pandor, when scouted, immediately gets the gas, which in the modern era, that's what Terran's actually supposed to do. If Protoss finds you, like, okay, fine, I'm going gas anyway. And Barracks is just down here for style points.
Oh, I didn't realize it was like that.
I mean,
Razors in, like
it's not like you cannot survive if you were going still go gasless. It's just, depending what Protoss is doing, you're better off just cutting your losses, getting the gas in the factory up, because Protoss can really prepare to punish the fact that you have such a late factory here.
You even see a Zealot here.
Yes, and I think that's a good play here. I mean, like I was saying, since Panda's actually switching into factory, maybe not so much, but okay, I guess the bunker. In fact, Panda only won on gas here. I'm not sure if like you take the gas and then you're thinking like, okay, do I need to get the factory right away? It's depending what you scout. Then I go for the CC instead faster. It looks like is what Panda's thinking, which is interesting.
Yeah, maybe just getting the gas in case there's like a really sharp response from the Protoss, but if there's not, you go back into the quick CC plan.
Now, Zekrom can potentially run past this bunker. I don't know if it's worth it or not. A Dragoon is coming up soon. Okay, there's 3 Marines in that bunker, so the damage would be pretty high. I don't think that's get anything done if you're trying to do that. In fact, Pandor coming out of the bunker trying to pick a fight. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. Oh, that probe doing its work. I wonder what it feels like to get tickle beamed to death.
I mean, it's probably like a taser, right?
Yeah, that sounds unpleasant.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get hit 8 times if you're a Marine to die. Getting tased 8 times and then exploding. I don't know. Okay, this SCV scout looks like it's going to come up and see that Protoss is going to expand. Is Protoss going to throw down the Nexus? Ooh, hides the probe. I think that's a great move there. Just keep Terran guessing and thinking, oh, could it be DT? I love that he hit that. That was a really nice little move.
Yeah, that's like a Zerg move, is to like hide the drones so that they won't block your base. But
yeah,
I like
that's
it here.
Right.
It's just going to terrify Pandora a little bit.
That's a good point. Terran can potentially throw down an eBay right away. If there's only one goon, sometimes it can be worth it to block like that. There's another scout coming up right away. Okay, Pandora doing the normal follow-up as well, going straight into 2 factory. I expect to see an eBay before too much longer as well. And Protoss is going for a very pedestrian robo as well. I imagine we'll see a second gate coming up as well.
Standard game.
Yeah, well, except for the fact that Pandora was going to do gasless, but things are normalizing. Well, I guess Pandora did sort of do gasless, semi-gasless, because they built their gas and they mined a little bit, but then they built the CC anyway. Okay, look at this. Protoss coming up front.
It isn't done yet. You can't do this yet with the bunker.
It's like that's right. He only lost shields. He only lost shields.
Yeah.
Maybe the Protoss units just do it for fun, just to taunt the Marines. Like, you can't hurt us.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at this one goon trying really hard.
Yeah, you can see it's offset.
I hate that so much.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh my god.
Oh. Okay, found it.
Wow.
Now, Protoss is really not committing to this green aggression. As expected, the second gate's coming up, and it doesn't look like we're going to have any Reaver shenanigans either. And I like Protoss in response to this, just kind of taking it easy and expanding and not doing anything too crazy. Because his Terran won't be able to push for any time soon, because his tank production is quite delayed here. So I hope to see a 3rd base from Zekrom soon. No? That does kind of worry me. You don't want to stay 2 bases, 2 base. Now, I don't know how I feel about lifting that barracks. Obviously, Zekrom doesn't have many goons here, and we can see as observers nothing's going on. But what if there was like 4 or 5 goons just hiding off screen, you lift this and do this? I think you end up dying. When you go gasless, I really think you sit back and wait for siege rather than do this. Because Pandon doesn't really know what's going on, like not 100% certainty.
And like the reward of getting to hit the goons with a few tank shots, I don't think it's a risk.
Well, sometimes Protoss is lazy and you kill one, you're just like, oh wow. Okay, Zealot coming up again. Man, this Zealot really is not going to get to go home, is he?
No.
Right, looks like Protoss going straight to Citadel on 2 bases actually. So I think we might see a 2-base Arbiter here is what this is looking like. Either that or some kind of huge 2-base bust. But I don't know, getting 3 gates in the orbs and then the Citadel says to me it's going to be a fast Arbiter. Armory coming up for Terran, so no intent to push there either. And in fact, we do see an engineering bay as well, although it's a bit late, I have to say.
Yeah, especially given that he didn't see the natural nexus. Like,
yeah,
he was pretty confident he understood what was going on there.
I think Pandor figured out that it was a mind game and that there was nothing actually happening there, given his response. Like, he sees the robo but does not see the Citadel, unfortunately. Look how close that Citadel is to being scanned. That's very unfortunate that he didn't see that. That would have given him a lot more information than what he's getting, because he just sees 3 gates in a robo. It looks like a normal expansion build, but I mean, this fast Citadel, so far Zekrom not actually doing anything with it though, so maybe it doesn't even matter. Come on, throw down a Templar. Gets a Nexus. Needs a Templar and a Stargate next. Oh, look at these Vultures coming in. Well, they're too late, but they stopped the probe. Man, I'm kind of disappointed Zekrom isn't throwing down Templar on a Stargate. I want to see this fast Arbiter play, but
yeah.
He's just doing a normal build now with a slightly later Nexus.
Yeah, like you mentioned that he could have been taking his third Nexus like a long time ago. It seems like he was delaying it just to get that faster tech, but he hasn't even got the tech either.
Well, I assumed what would happen here is he gets the third Nexus, but he gets the Templar on the Stargate like pretty fast. So he's getting Arbiters like about a minute earlier, but with like the same third time with less units. Look at these vultures! Oh no!
He's trying the pylon.
And look at those goons, they're not even fighting them. How many mines they have left? Unfortunately, they laid a lot of their mines, but still, they're going to get a lot of probes here. Oh, this is devastating for the Protoss. He even scanned there to see like the defense in the front were weak, and like now these vultures are all still alive. The goons are like blocking them in. They don't know how many mines there are. Turns out there are none. No more probes will fall, I suppose. Oh, look at this one probe. Oh, he had no chance. Alright, there's the Templar and Stargate though. It's a full scout for the Terran. That Templar and Stargate timing is exactly the same as if he just got his Citadel at 7:30 like normal. So, yeah, just a bit of a mistake there from Zekrom, and then the much bigger mistake of letting vultures in your base.
Well, did you see that it was because the goons were misclicked to attack the pylon?
Oh, I did not.
Like, so they weren't shooting the vultures. Yeah, like the pylon at the wall is like on fire now.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's a big blow. Honestly, look at the worker count. Protoss is kind of screwed now. They have like half the workers almost. And Terran going for a third base here, just happily powering up, doesn't feel the need to do anything. Alright, where's the Arbiter Tribunal? Can't even afford the Arbiter Tribunal on a mineral basis, which is sad.
Oh, no. Yeah, this feels so bad when you lose so many workers.
What is it, 150 minerals or 100? I didn't even know.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how much the buildings cost at that point in the game. Like
200? I'm watching the money. It is 200. Yeah, it's expensive. I think 200 went down anyway. But hey, it's a good building.
Commander getting that command center.
Yeah, a couple of vultures attacked there. But yeah, he's been building that for a while. Looks like he's going to move up to the side ground. And like Protoss really doesn't have much. How many goons do they have? They have like 10 goons only. I mean, that's literally their army. There's 10 goons right now. Terran could even attack. Obviously, dicey to do that. I don't think Terran will go for that, but Protoss really in a bad position here. Has recovered the pro count somewhat, being able to produce 3 Nexuses at once, but it's going to be a long road to recovery here.
Yeah, you never want to be behind the Terran in work account or in supplies.
Absolutely not, yeah.
Very uncomfortable position.
Another scan goes down. Where was that scan? Oh, scanning moves over. Nicely done. Picks that off. No Goliath range coming up yet. I'm intrigued you would bother with the Goliath Sicily if you're not going to get Goliath range. It is a play that you can get 4 Goliaths in range to help deal with like any DT drop or Reaver or anything like that. But just getting 2 in no range, I mean, I don't know. He did get that Observer, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be better if you get range with this.
The 4th command center being started here. Kind of in the middle.
Maybe that's an indication Pandor realizes how ahead they are, and instead of pushing, they're just expanding. The Arbiter is coming though. Stasis is going to be ready before too long. Protoss will have a small army, but a very, a very well-equipped army to bust Terran positions, because they'll Zealot speed, they'll Stasis. Did they get an upgrade here? Or do they even have Forge? Oh, no Forge as far as I can tell from Zekrom, which actually is a bit of an issue here. Okay, going to clear out this 4th base as well. More Vultures coming up. Oh my gosh, the goons out of town.
No.
The Vultures come in, do their damage. Oh dear. That's very significant given Protoss is already down on probes here.
Yeah, you get him while it's down.
Now, the thing is, Pandor has been trading away a lot of Vultures this whole time, right? So not able to push very soon, but going for the 4th CC, it's not like Pandor really needs to. Just going to keep expanding here. Now, I think Zekrom saw these Vultures. Oh, look at that pylon. There's a nice spot of pylon for drops and potentially for Vultures too, as we can see. That one Vulture not faring so well. Well, these observers getting good vision on these Vultures as they travel across the map at least. Look at this. Oh, this one Zealot from the start of the game going to finally prove his worth, denying this expansion.
There we go.
Or maybe he's just going to stand there.
Plan from the start.
Well,
come on, dude. There you go.
Nice. Although the wall is going to go up here. Oh, maybe not. Protoss army is just too small to come across and contest this, though, honestly. Like, once Terran gets set up here, there's not much Protoss can really do. Scans that 4th, sees it's going down. These Vultures getting intercepted by goons now. Zekrom's starting to clamp down on the aggression. Oh, but oh no, there's nothing on this side. Not that there's much to kill there. It's not like Terran is going to take out that Nexus with 5 Vultures. Honestly, just killing that one probe is probably not worth these vultures. Oh, but these goons running straight into the mines. No observer helping them out. Ooh. Oh no. Well, now it's worth it for Terran. Look at all these goons coming over on the right as well.
Oh my god, no.
Oh, so much damage going down. Oh.
Oh no, there's even an observer there. It was just slightly behind.
Good lord. Protoss cannot be affording to lose that many kind of units to mines at this point in the game.
This probe is going to go up to the bottom right and get killed by a vulture.
I think it can place the Nexus without the vulture noticing. Well, I mean, the vulture will see the Nexus, of course, but it could not potentially not see the probe. Look, this is the goon squad is here to deal with it. No probe murder today. Oh, the vulture even had mines. Could have placed him. But look at the supplies. Terran actually, like, fairly ahead here, even despite trading off so many vultures. I mean, I guess he traded them off well. Has some recall defense at the fourth there, setting up some in the main, so pretty organized. SimCity extremely well organized. I mean, Terran just looking so strong here. Who was saying playing versus Pandora was all they lost? Maybe it's true.
Yeah, Pandora #1 in the CPL apparently.
Yeah, looks like it. Well, hopefully their week 2 group reflects that, and see if they're difficult to take down. Actually, is Pandora in my group now? I'm wondering.
Yeah, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh no. Vultures once again proving to be the best unit in the game, getting in there killing.
Oh no, that Nexus was never built in the bottom right. So
he doesn't have the money either. I don't know if Terran realizes that. He's just, you know, taking his time. Unfortunate. Well, maybe it's a good thing because I know these vultures might have barely been able to kill it before the reinforcements arrive. Okay, don't run into the mines. Nice, nice. Not running into them this time. Okay, Terran +2 must be finished, right? No. Yes, yes it is. I know why I said no. It definitely is.
Yeah, the +1 ground weapons just now started for Protoss.
Oh, I guess so that's +1?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Recall being researched, and there's an Arbiter out somewhere with a fair amount of energy. There it is. Oh no, that's not the one. Where's the first Arbiter at? Oh, there it is. I found it. Yeah, it's down at the 6. So, I mean, he's going to have a good amount of stasis or potentially recalls here, but, I mean, Terran's very well set up for recalls, I feel like. And his army's so big, it's going to be hard for stasis to make much of a difference.
Yeah, unless we get, like, the godly clump of tanks. You get, like, 8 tanks in one stasis.
That's always possible. Terran continues to run around with vultures, put mines everywhere, be as many as possible. Pro's starting to clear some of them out, though, getting some map control back. But it seems like such a short distance from the mineral only over here to Protoss natural. It's very scary for Protoss. That's a lot of speed zealots ready there, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard fight for Saetzero when Pandora does choose to move out here.
Vulture's getting traded off
diving it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this is such a good move at this point. Because Protoss kind of has enough bases, I think they can remake their probes. And you don't want to be losing all your vultures too much now. Oh, wait, where do I hear mines? Who got hit by a mine just now? Was it those goons?
Yeah, those goons walked through some.
Okay. Okay, still trying to cross. They're gonna find this last the enclave of mines, maybe. Terran laying some more. Honestly, I would say the 12 o'clock is not that strongly defended. If Protoss combines a recall with hitting at the wall, I mean, I think he could probably bust in there. Problem is, can he get his army up to that area of the map without Pandora getting his own army and putting it in the way?
So Pandora in the chat says, I paid 75 minerals for 3 mines, I don't actually want the vulture.
But they're so good against zealots.
Yeah, yeah.
Does have a lot of vultures left over.
Well, it looks like he's getting ready to move out here. Everything is unsieged. Got some vessels flying over here. There's a ton of units maxed out.
I'm intrigued he's going this direction, not going straight for the throat here. I would have come down on the left side of the map, but he's going straight for the middle here. Pro's compelled to retreat, but I mean, where are the Arbiters? There's a couple here. That one at 6 o'clock is still tragically ignored. I think Zekrom forgot about it, which is going to be a big deal, because that Arbiter has max energy, and it would be very useful here. I hope that's not the deciding factor here. Alright, Protoss keeping their army far away enough from the Terran. And honestly, I question Pandora moving his army into the middle here. If he wants to expand to the right, I guess it sort of makes sense, but that's going to be very hard to secure. And he's kind of just out in the middle, not really any closer to threatening anything of the Protosses. Would have been better, I think, to come straight down the left edge of the map. Okay, that Arbiter, well, I don't know what he was looking for, but he found death. Ooh, Protoss coming in with an attack here up on this mine location. This could be good. In fact, how's Pandora going to come back here? That big stasis could go down, but a big mine hit goes down as well. In fact, Protoss Protoss retreats immediately. The number of vultures ready to melt those zealots insane, and actually that Arbiter gets EMP'd as well. So unfortunately, not working out there for the Protoss. Now Terran's coming down here, and Protoss lost all units. How many gateways does he have? He has 6. Oh gosh, he only has about 10 gateways. That is not going to be enough for this. I can say that right away, because Terran has like more than 10 factories here.
Yeah, just not getting that 5th base down in the corner here, or I guess 6th. Anyway, the base in the other main now starting that second set of gateways, but
and Protoss moves their army all the way to the right. This pro transfer could not be worse timed.
Oh no!
Oh, okay, it does turn around, thankfully.
Catch.
Yeah, that was very well done, actually. But yeah, now Terran is in the position he wants. Look at all those tanks. Where are the stasis? Looks like Protoss going to go for a counterattack, which honestly I don't hate. I think that's probably the only move right here. But I mean, there's so many Terran units, it's natural. I'm not sure where he's going to get time. A lot of mines hitting these units as well. Terran had wisely laid some on the counterattack path. Now, I'm not sure which base Protoss, Protoss is looking to attack here. Oh my gosh. But one zealot did his job. In fact, it looks like Protoss is going to go straight for the throat, and he does kind of have enough to break through here. And if you kind of take out the Terran main, the Terran takes out your main, Protoss is still definitely looking good because he has his gateways in the bottom left, bottom right. And look at this, he's going straight in, and I don't know if Pandora really has enough to stop this. Stasis going down.
So Pandora does turn around here, but that's going to give Zakron plenty of time to do some damage here. This is a 1 tank.
No, he spread himself out too much. Zakron did not commit to any one location. He sent some units up to the 12 where they died to mines. He sent some units to the middle only where they died, and a couple units kind of more towards the natural. If he picked one, he definitely could have taken it out. Look, now he's trying to take out the 12, but the problem is, like, the Terran army is coming back now. He spread himself out so much. I think that was not played very well there by Zakron, unfortunately. He has bought himself some time, but I don't think he can really rebuild his army quickly enough to be sacrificing like that. And I shouldn't be too disparaging because that's probably more efficient than his army would have been trying to fight Pandor's army head on. They're still probably better to come back here and do this than actually try and fight it, but I still don't know if Zakron's in a good position. Is that tank alive? Oh, it's very alive. Protoss still only on +1 attack here. And look at this, there's still a little force down at the Protoss Natural trying to get it contained. Oh, these Templars coming out! Again, the worst time transitioning Templars and these Vultures at your rally point. Oh, no.
Yeah. They even have the energy. I'm not sure if they have Storm or not. They're getting picked up.
Research, but yes, that's a lot of damage done by the Terran with this little ragtag force. The majority of the Terran army is just sitting on its ass back at home right now, as Terran floats another CC out. Although Protoss did use this time to get a few more gates up in the bottom right, but the pro count is so low for Protoss. Only 49. I'd say not particularly high for Terran, only 57 too.
They were both in the 60s earlier. They just had some battles.
It's been a bad game for workers.
Yeah.
Nice mine placement over Pandor. I don't know where the observers are at. Oh, one's coming back now. Ooh, another Arbiter falling. Still, this Arbiter at the 6 o'clock is neglected.
Yeah, I'm worried about like this Arb and these goons are just like been lost in a control group somewhere, and Zakron just doesn't remember that they exist.
Yeah, a couple of stasis on the Pandor's army retreating when he was counterattacking could have been absolutely huge. But now, Pandor extending all the way down to this bottom right, which I'd say is a bit dicey because it's so far away, but I mean, I don't know if Zakron has enough to deal with this. He's trying to come through these mines, but there's just so much Terran here. These goons alone are going to do nothing. Some units trying to come out from the main. I think Pandor's just crushing him here with this army.
Pandor. It looks like Pandor is going to win the whole group, basically.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, yeah, Pandor beat Melody, didn't it? And Light Swarm, right? Gosh. Yeah, that Terran army that Protoss army just evaporated. I think this game is over. Protoss down to like 99 supply to Terran's 200. No recall likely to go down here. I think this game is done. GG.
There you go.
Alright, so that's it for Group 38. I should note, we're not casting absolutely every game here, are we? Because we do have time constraints, so we're just kind of picking and choosing, hopefully to show every player. But now we're going to move into some games from Group 14, which I'm told there's some very good games. I hope it's true.
Yeah. I'm going to grab some water real quick before we start the new group.
I will take a very brief break, and then we'll be back with the next match.
back. It's gonna do it.
Alrighty, welcome back. Join real quick.
Lightsworm in the chat says Pandora Soggy.
Nah, that's alright, that's the truth. I'm right, Terran. In the bottom right, in the yellow, we have Justice, is that an AKA? No, that's correct. And the bottom left, in the brown, we have Okoini. I'm going to say Okoini. I know they've been in CPL before, but I still haven't learned how to pronounce their name. Now, I must have had the wrong information. Maybe I just read it wrong, because I thought Justice here was playing Zerg, but perhaps not. So we're jumping in another TVP here.
You think he would race pick Terran against Protoss?
Surely no one's out there doing
that. Yeah, would anyone
Let me
do
check
that?
my info here. Yeah, it's definitely written on the preseason matchups that Justice is playing Zerg, but yeah, could be the case that they race pick, could be the case that they changed their mind, could be the case that we just had it wrong, who knows. In any case, here they are playing Terran. That's why I was looking at this going, that must be an AKA, but no, this is Justice. So, do you reckon they deliver Justice to their opponents?
Oh yeah, the macro Terran delivering justice to all the cheesers or something. So this probe at the base super early. You think he's going for like a gas steal or something?
I mean, definitely if you one scout the Terran, you do want to do that, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of doing pylon scouts in TVP, because if you just happen to get the first scout, you can be so annoying. And you never know what Terran's up to that you might want to know sooner than later. So I like it. Unfortunately, he will not get lucky this time. He scouted the wrong direction, but you know, you got to take your chances where you can. I should mention this group 14 is a bit of a lower level group. I think these players are around like 1500, maybe a little lower. What do you think?
I don't know. It seems like the groups are like much harder than they have been in the past.
That is true.
Like like everybody's getting better, I guess.
In any case, compared to the games we were just watching, we'd expect them not to have quite as much game knowledge here, but I think they'll still give us some good games for sure. Now, Justice not sending any scout just yet. The community's going to be here sooner than later. There we go. Bitsum City coming up from Justice with that depot to the right.
Shouldn't the depot be touching the command center? Does that matter?
Well, technically that doesn't actually help, because that's not a gap in where you can go through. It would have been better here if the depot was touching the gas. But I'm just glad that at least they have the depot to the right of the barracks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yes. Honestly, the best SimCity here, I think, is you put the depot below the CC, the racks to the left of that, another depot down here. It is like way tucked back in, but if you realize it's proxy 8, you can build your factory way in the corner of your base as well. Alright, Zealot is coming out, by the way, so that SimCity probably going to get put to use. Wisely ignores the SCB and just heads towards the Terran base. And this probe going to come up as well. Another Zealot being made, actually. So, we have double Zealot full core here. I don't mind putting on a bit of aggression. Can be very good, especially in these lower tiers. You know, when people might not be as good as dealing with it. And honestly, that second depot placement I feel like is not the most helpful. It could be here. It doesn't hurt, but we'll see. We'll see how Justice's anti-Zealot micro is, because he had to put it to the use very soon.
Ooh, and not even making a third Marine. So apparently pretty confident about that.
Yeah, 3 Marines is normally the safe number, right? Now here's the thing. You have a little spot in here, I think, where the Marine can hide, I believe. Ooh, this Zealot. Okay, does one hit, but then Terran does pull back. Ooh, another Zealot getting hit. Now this is the problem. It's hard to tell a Marine to go in there.
Nice hits here. Yeah, well, when there's 2 Marines especially, they'll like bounce off each other.
Exactly. That's the problem. He's made it harder for himself. Okay, 1 Marine does get in the spot.
Got one.
Attacks the barracks. Okay, he's building...
No, he turns away right before he kills the SCB.
Okay, that targeting the probe, which is smart. That's what you want to do. SCV's being pulled now. He does need to restart the factory. I mean, so far, not terrible defense for Terran. He's doing alright, but he needs to keep that factory going. Okay, nice blocks with those SCVs there. Oh, but that Marine was low. I didn't realize. And now comes another Zealot. Yeah. Factory's still not building here. Oh, that Marine.
Terran player's nightmare.
Go, go, go. No!
It's like one of those... No!
What?
Oh!
What did I just see?
Attack.
Oh, did he? I didn't think
he was
canceled at that point.
Yeah, like, I heard the sound effect, but I didn't see the attack. Weird.
Okay, well, the stronger Marine in front there looks like he will take this one out and starts on the factory again. So, holds without too much trouble there. Took a little bit of damage, but in the meantime, Okawini is like, Nexus? What's a Nexus? I am building gateways today, my man. He's up to 3 gateways. Justice blocking his own machine shop here. Of course, he can always just lift. But he's going to need tanks to defend this.
Well, I a second factory, so we're going to see 3 gateway versus 2 fac.
I mean, honestly, Terran might be better off just holding on 1 base with 2 fac. 1 base with 1 base definitely favors Terran eventually. The thing is, if Terran ever moves out, they just instantly lose. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of goons coming out here. It doesn't seem like Okumini wants to get a Robo and get a Shuttler in here. He just wants to make a lot of goons. And honestly, that Vulture first is not going to help against that. If he can sneak it around, he could get big proc damage, but so far it seems like he's holding the ramp. And in fact, another Vulture coming up. I don't know if Justice intends to lift here. If he does lift, okay, no, the tank will come out in the right spot, it'll be alright. This is certainly enough to hold the ramp against a few goons at any rate.
Yeah.
But not too many. If there's like 10 goons, I don't think this will be enough. Needs a siege tank sooner or later. Okay.
I don't know what I would think if I poked up the ramp and there was vultures and not a tank.
I would think drop. If you see that, you should assume it's
yeah. Well, see, that's why I always lose a drop. So I don't think of it.
Yeah. Now, this other factory is going to be blocked off if it doesn't move, if he gets a machine shop. Okay, he moved it far enough over that one can get out. But honestly, this base for Justice is not started off very well organized, and I think it'll only get worse from here.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, seems to have stabilized now. That poor Marine had a chance. Where are these units going? He doesn't defend the ramp now, because actually 4 goons is pretty threatening against this little force here. He needs everything back at the ramp, but these units just spread out and they're not doing anything here. Terran getting baited down the ramp, actually getting hit pretty hard, and now the goons look like they're going to come up. You do not want those goons in your base, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the Protoss should be like forcing the issue more, like just trying to run up the ramp, to try to get rid of that high ground advantage. I think might be able to just bust away up into space.
Okay, so no CV's coming out now, which is what he needed, but he needs to position them right, because going all the way down there, they just get taken out pretty much instantly. Protoss following up here with a Citadel and a Nexus, so they are expanding, but I think DT is going to come out pretty soon. I mean, Terran's development is pretty stymied here. This CV's not in position, they're just sitting back for the rest of this stuff. Okay, the CC's finished. Tank is about to pop out, but there's no siege mode just yet. Terran already got an eBay though, so preparing for something here, and he will be ready for some duties. Huh?
I think the eBay like trapped the tank in this little pocket to see the tank can't get out, and those vultures can't get out either.
He has to. He's going to build another machine shop. Honestly, I would say right now you just keep building tanks and lift it to get them out, because you need tanks now. Oh dear. So his siege mode is going to be very delayed here. Oh, this is very unfortunate. Now, Robo coming up with that Citadel and Zealot legs, not DTs coming up. So I think Protoss is going to go for a full power bust here. It might work out. Look at this force, and I mean, it's probably just enough for the Terran to take on these goons, but it's very risky. In fact, it's getting very disorganized. The unit's not really going the way they're supposed to. Oh, get down there. Okay. Tank needs to be with the rest of this army. You can't be engaging without the tank here. Okay, it's getting in position. Alright, now I'm looking at this. As long as Terran micros the tank, well, he can take this. But the tank is right in front, and it's getting right off the bat. Okay, but Protoss does elect to retreat, and he's going to secure this expansion. Oh, Terran needs to just fight this.
Yeah, all this like going back and forth to just giving the goons free shots.
Yeah, if he's going to be down here at all, which I wouldn't have recommended, to be honest. But if he's going to be down here, he needs to actually stand up and, you know, fight for it. Alright, but he does get this expansion down. Protoss seems timid for now. A few more goons coming out. He's getting Zealot legs, but only 1 Zealot or 2 Zealots on the field right now. A lot of Vultures out to deal with them as well, actually, so it might not be the most helpful, but I wish we saw Siege Mode here. If you're going to try to defend this base, Siege Mode is going to be instrumental. Protoss doing a great job just continuing to expand, though. I think he realizes Terran is really having a hard time, so he's taking the opportunity. I think he's about to double expand here, which I really like.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Like, I don't think that Justice is going to be able to do anything about these bases for a long time. So, plenty of time to probe up here.
Well, he does have a bunch of Vultures. If you can get them out of here, get mines and speed, it could potentially be very annoying. But for right now, definitely Protoss is off scot-free of these bases. Finally, Siege Mode is coming up here. Bunker's finished, but the Marines sadly were ordered in too soon, so they're just staring at the doors, wishing they could enter, but they can't disobey direct orders.
Sadly waiting outside while their friends chill in the bunker.
Wait, there's Marines in there? No, the bunker's empty, dude. No, the bunker's empty.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
never
what
mind.
I was saying. They just got ordered onto a base still in construction. But look at this force. It's actually pretty terrifying for Protoss. That's a lot of Marines.
Yeah. Suddenly, like, with these expansions, I guess, the unit production really slowed down.
Well, Protoss has a whole bunch of units back in his own natural. Terran didn't even bring everything. I thought there was another tank, or did it die somehow? Wait, where'd it go? I don't know. I think it must have died. Oh, yeah. You don't want to go up this ramp. This is going to be a disaster for Terran. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, he's going to lose both these tanks. Justice GG's knowing that his force is about to die. It was a bit of a rough game from Terran for the very start. I think Justice needs, you know, a more refined opening here and more specific building placement actually is probably the main issue there.
Yeah, that really slowed down those units coming out. Made it a bit hard to micro for that early Zealot. Like, it's that kind of thing that, like, makes people hate playing Terran. Like, it's just so many small little things that you have to get perfect.
True. Well, I am excited to see Okoini, though, this season, because it looked like he was really focusing on macro. Getting those bases, I think, was a nice move. And we can see he still had enough left over to crush the Terran as well, so looking pretty strong there.
Alright, well, I think you're going to like this game. It's,
yeah?
It's your favorite matchup.
Yes! Finally. I've waited so long, and you saw how Saetzero teased me yesterday. That was just cruel.
Yeah.
Alright, in the top right, in the blue, we have Nightcat. And the bottom right, in the teal, we have Justice now adopting the 69-420 tag. Gotta get those memes in there. Is that how he's gonna hope to win here? I guess we'll see. So finally we're in TVT. We'll see what we see here. Now, I know low tier TVTs can be notorious for being very long, but like I said, I was told that there were good games in this group, so I'm going to believe it. And TVT can be amazing as well. Don't anyone in chat start saying TVT is bad, I'll ban you.
What if I say TVT is bad? Will you ban me?
Yes, I will kick you out of this channel right now. Wait, can I even do that? Let me check it out. Yes, I have the power to serve and mute you, if not ban you.
I'll be good.
That's right, you better be. Say after me, Terran is the best race.
Whoa, hold on. I'll take it too far.
Say after me, I will now play Terran.
Alright, Terran is broken. I'll put it that way. Yeah,
no, Terran
is the best race. Like, Terran is the strongest race.
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but you also have to say they're the best race to play and to watch and everything.
No.
The best race to exist.
Well, yeah. I have too many principles for that.
How can all these people betray humanity when they themselves are humans? I don't understand.
Oh yeah, that was what I thought when I played this game as a kid. I pretty much like just played Terran. I'm like, wow. They're the humans.
Yep,
they're
honestly,
the good guys.
When I was younger, I liked playing Zerg a lot though. Because Zerg has a lot of like sneaky tactics, like burrowing stuff. Like we're just talking about playing versus AI here though, but like burrowing stuff and like messing around with broodlings and all this stuff, infesting stuff, you know, they have all these weird, like, sneaky things they do as fun.
Yeah, but, like, Terran units aren't fun. Like, half the Terran units don't move.
True.
Like,
look, when
the
you're
rest
just
of
a
them
kid
are, like...
playing versus AI, half of them are not very good.
Yeah.
Like, vessels and vultures are, like, pretty shit if you don't know what you're doing. They're, like, just not good if you're just a kid playing versus AI. And Goliaths aren't even that great either unless you just really need anti-air.
Yeah, like imagine like trying to make bio without medics in vanilla.
Oh,
like,
God.
How miserable is that?
Yeah, right. Stimming just seems like a crime.
Like sim once and then they die. That's some value right there.
I know Zerg is broken in original, but I wonder what TVP would be like because it's not that different. I feel like. Obviously, carriers are just broken because you don't have Goliath range, but other than that, is there really that much differences?
Yeah, I don't think you used any of the expansion stuff really beyond that.
Except Goliath range, that's extremely important. And
yeah,
DTs, of course.
Oh yeah, true.
Imagine if they never added a cloaked unit being able to just be made from gateways. Things would be so different. I shouldn't say that though, because ghosts can be made from barracks, can't they?
Yeah.
So never mind. Alright, so...
How sad would this game be without DTs? Like, how many sick moments will we not have without GTs in this game, dude?
How many, like, games would have gone much longer and be much more interesting? That's what I say. Well, then again...
How many Terran players, like, collective blood pressure would be lower?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So it looks like Justice is going to go for a 2-fac here, by the way, whereas Nightcat's just expanding right away. Now, this is absolutely holdable for the expanding player, especially if they scout it. But I mean, at lower levels, people might not be familiar with the exact response. And in fact, this is already not good for Nightcat. Going for a Vulture immediately is not as strong versus this. That said, Justice committing the same mistake here. Not going to be able to fit these machine shops unless they lift off, which I hope they will do. I mean, as long as they do lift off, no issue. It only costs you a couple of seconds, I suppose. Scout coming into Nightcat's base, can see that the expansion is going down. Okay, Vulture's out. Will we see a machine shop? We need to see a machine shop. Oh dear. This is getting into a worst case scenario for Nightcat. If you make like 3 Vultures before shop against 2-fac, there's not really going to be much you can do here. Because what you really need to do is go straight into tank production. That's the best way to hold it.
Is there no, like, you catch up, like, make your own factories and make more vultures? Like, it's like just make a tank?
Well, I mean, you're never going to have more vultures than your opponent because they just had their factory so much earlier. Like, if it is 2-factory vulture, because of course it can be 2-fact tank as well. This is the problem. There's many different options from your opponent is one basing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do you see the problem here?
Oh, yeah, there's a big gap there between the add-ons.
Yes, and that is going to happen.
Oh.
Depending what Justice is doing, they could potentially build 3 tanks and just, like, kill the top machine shop and then leave and send Vulture Tank or something. Or if it's 2-fact Vulture, actually it wouldn't be so bad either, because then they can just, once they're done researching mines or speed, they can just lift off or whatever. But oh gosh. Okay, these are going to be Vultures. So yeah, once mines at the top is finished, oh, there's speed at the top, they can just lift that factory and this won't be the end of the world. But again, a bit unfortunate, we see Justice really needs to think about their building placement a bit more, it's really costing them. But at the same time, Nightcat is not really that prepared for this. Now getting 3 factories up here. Look, here's the thing. Even though what I was saying is like you'll never have more vultures than the 2-facting player, Justice's factory is actually quite late anyway. So Nightcat might actually be able to catch up anyhow. There we go. Lifts off. Oh, cancel speed in the process though. That was not.
Oh.
It would have been far better to let speed finish because you don't need that vulture right now. Justice is not moving out right now. Almost blocks their own factory with that vulture for some reason too. And look at this. Nightcat sees absolutely everything in this barracks. Justice is going to try and move out with these vultures, but I mean, already Nightcat's got a better count because of these shenanigans with late factories and lifting factories. Looks like Nightcat will be absolutely fine. I guess what you were saying has come to pass. Nightcat just has more factories anyway, despite expanding.
Love it. Yeah, this attack from Justice is really split up here. I'm worried that they'll get picked off one by one.
Well, they're not engaging yet. Oh, now they are. That is like the worst possible engagement for Justice because there's like Conco 2. That's it, GG, that's the game. So yeah, Justice not coming in with a very well executed opening there. I will say, you know, to players at this level, the number one thing you can work on is just you find a build, you learn like what time to get your buildings and where you're going to place them and all that, and just execute as well as you can. Don't try and think too much to begin with. People trying to do rhymes in chat. Simo.
Nice.
I'm shaking my head. So that's the TVT I get. It's a 2-fact that ends immediately.
Yep.
Man. That's out to get me.
Well, this game is the TVZ that was recommended to us that made us pick this group. So excellent. You all get to judge if it was good enough.
Alright, in the top right, in the magenta, we have Nightcat again. And the bottom left, we have Brew Quad. Or Brew is the clan tag, I believe, so it's just Quad. So, TVZ, as you say, Nightcat coming back for another round. And Quad, of course, also a CPL staple. Both of these players have been in several CPL seasons. They've been hanging around, learning what they can. We'll see what they have to show for it in this game here.
We've already seen several TVZs today. Let's see if Nightcat can live up to the legacy of Pandor.
Yeah, so, you know, Pandor's kind of showing us what Terran's supposed to do. I wouldn't say any Zergs have really been showing us what they're supposed to do. Well, that 3-hatch meter game was okay. I don't think there were any, like, really glaring mistakes there, but, yeah, we'll see what these games look like in comparison, I suppose. Just looking at that giant corpse over here on the side, like, why can't Terran build that instead of Goliaths?
Oh yeah, that giant Gundam robot thing.
Yeah, like, come on. It can just reach up and grab the carriers out of the sky.
Throws them around.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like it grabs one carrier and like throws it at a second one.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I just need something to do with carriers around here. Here's the question: has Quad been listening to Hawk, and when we see the dreaded overpool opening once again?
Seems like not. Let's see, we're gonna see that wolf hatch one more time.
Okay, I'm pleased by that. I'm pleased. Terran not electing for any gas yet, so again might be a normal buy opening as well. Now we see a drone scout. I feel like a lot of lower level players neglect the drone scout, and the problem is if a vulture's coming, you really need to know and get that sunken up. Because you can't stop a vulture with wings alone. That's just not going to happen. Okay, there it goes. Very nice. So I'm liking Quad's play so far, playing safe. It looks like Nightcat can open up Sandal. This scout is quite late from Nightcat, I will say. If it was going to be a 9 pool, I think Nightcat would be playing very dangerously here.
It's one of those things where like 9 games out of 10 it's gonna be 12 hatch, but if it is 9 pool,
not on ladder. On ladder, it's like 9 games out of 10 is 9 pool. But yeah,
true.
in CPL you're probably right. 9 pool is not really that popular. This is to be coming up here though, no problem. Gets the first scout. Now, no gas coming up here just yet, so it looks like it is going to be a 3 hatch build once again. Now look, where is that 3rd hatch going to be? I'm just waiting. Oh, well actually I should say Quad doesn't have the minerals yet, but I was looking at Nightcat's minerals and I was like, why are they not building a hatchery?
The like 3 command center build.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, again, we've got to bring up StarCraft 2. I used to build like 4 orbital commands in my own main.
Yeah, that was fun. The part of the game where like Terrence just gets rid of all their SCVs and just has like 20 mules all the time. Yeah,
Hellions come to harass your base. You're like, okay, they'll be back soon. Don't worry. All right, there goes that 3rd hatch and the gas. So I'm really liking both players' builds so far. Looking very solid. This drone, kind of unwisely trying to come in here. Seeing the CC timing would have been enough, but nonetheless dies in exchange for some information. Terran knows no gas build is coming up here based on the expansion timing. Sorry, Zerg knows no gas build is coming up here, I should say. Terran knows everything based on this SCV in the Zerg base.
So, Nightcat is getting this academy. If it was the 5 racks plus 1, they would be getting the eBay first, right?
Absolutely. Now, against 3 hatches, this is fine. You can absolutely do this. You come with a stim timing, and if Zerg's not paying attention, you just bust them, and the game ends. Like we saw in the love game, even when it wasn't even 3 hatch. It's the same concept, but Zerg won't have lair tech, just rely completely on Sunkens. The problem is, of course, you don't have upgrades. You're not going to have as much bio in the long term as if you went eBay first there. But I think it's still definitely a worthwhile strategy. And in fact, if you prefer, you just stay on 2 racks and tech extremely fast. You can go for like a drop or its vessel, depending on whether they're a lurker or a needleless. There's a lot of options just for going 2 racks here. So I'm not opposed to it at all. You can see him say I'm a fan of it, maybe. I will say one thing Nutcat is lacking is a transfer. Okay, there it goes, but I think that's a few too many. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, a few too many SCVs coming down to the natural, but I guess they'll all be mining something. Is SCV still alive? Nightcat doing a really good job keeping that alive in the Zerg main.
Yeah, oh, there we go. The pillars in the natural. It's like, hold on a minute.
Oh yeah, no like, yeah. That can confuse Terran sometimes. If you don't see a layer and you get worried that like it's a Ling or Lin, if you don't check the natural, sometimes Terran gets thrown off by that. But I don't think Terran really making any reaction here. Looks like they're going to move into 4 racks here as well, behind that academy. So doing like what is honestly a pretty normal anti-2 hatch build, but no eBay as of yet. So they're going to need eventually for when mutas come out, assuming it's going to be mutas, with the 2nd gas up already, and notice the hydrogen. There you go. Builds the Spire right in front of the SCV. He doesn't care. He's like, look at it. I don't care. This is what I've got to show. eBay coming up now. Now, Terran's going to have stim in just a moment, and medics will be out too. Already 2 Sunkens coming up though, which should be enough for Zerg to hold for now. But there is a considerable window of time between now and when Mutalisks are out. If Terran reinforces and sends a really big force, there might still potentially be a window here where they can do a bust before those Mutalisks are ready. That said, Zerg also has the capacity to make a lot of Zerglings here, and just be careful. If you send your bio out, and it turns out there's more Zerglings than you thought and they wipe it out, you're in a really bad position.
It doesn't seem like there's any more links on the map. Seems like we're going to rely just on these Sunkens here.
Yes, and while the Spire is morphing, of course, they have to save lava. I'm just saying that that's a potential risk. Now, a 3rd one's coming up, and I think that is absolutely enough. Looks like Quad is quite experienced with this build, knows what they need to defend. And like I mentioned, I think their build is looking really solid, honestly, for the kind of like group we're in. I think Zerg is really macroing very well. Scans go down, reconfirms that Spire. I guess he could have cancelled it, or maybe he didn't notice it with the in the first place. But yeah, Terran can't try and bust this. He's just going to check out the 3rd. He will kill this drone, which is trying to expand there, and maybe a bonus overlord, which is actually a pretty good deal for Terran.
There's also a drone in the bottom left, so we could see a 3rd base there too.
I like sending 2 just in case, but losing this overlord is a bit unfortunate when you're about to be morphing more units. Oh, they did start already actually, so it's not going to slow them down. But Terran probably needs to return home here, get some reinforcements before he moves out again. eBay's up, but there's no upgrade just yet, which is also a bit of a mistake. You need to get that +1 as soon as you can.
Nice. There you go, and it starts. He heard you in the past.
Nice. I'm not sure about this turret placement too, because one weak spot that stands out to me is the ramp here. If Mutalisks are at top of the ramp and your army's at the bottom, you can really abuse that and do a lot of damage. Okay, look at these Mutalisks out looking for blood. No, they're not. I guess they just turn home. Well, we'll see if Zerg goes to harass straight away. Terran taking the back path of these Marines to try and get home. It looks like it's going to pay off because the Mutalisks are really looking for them in the main area of the map. because Terran definitely wants to return these reinforcements. He has a good number of Marines built up to reinforce with. Maybe more medics are needed though. Scans the bottom left. Very nice scan.
Yeah, sees the hatchery. The star sense.
That's right. That's right. So he knows there's a third base out there now. He's moving out with this little ragtag force. Again, I'd really like to see him reinforce because these mutants will tear this group apart, especially since he's not really paying attention. Nice pick off of that medic too. Yeah, Nightcat really needs to reinforce this. Nice pick off of that Mutalisk though. It's like a Nightcat is fighting with one arm behind his back right now. Because look how many units are in the natural.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I'm pleased that Nightcat's investing on APM, keeping up the macro behind this, but I mean, maybe it's better if you just sit a bit further back. Okay, he does reinforce now. Mutalisk coming in, taking some free shots as well. Yeah, there's a nice pick-off, though. Quadrium Muta Micro pretty good so far. Ooh, a bit of an overcommit there, though. Both players showing some very tenacious micro here, actually.
It's a very good focus fire on those betas.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely key. Well, this is the dance. Can the Marines get across the map before the Mutalisk can pick them apart? Look at that, he gets dragged back, which, you know, even though Zerg took a bit of damage there, that's buying more time. That's probably worth it for the Zerg. And as the Marines move, they get more and more spread out. Ooh, not hold position there, actually. Didn't aim move, which is not beneficial. But there you go, takes out 4 Marines there without losing Mutalisk. Committing a bit more now to losing enough Mutalisk. I mean, this Terran force is getting diminished, but at the same time, the macro from Nightcat back home is really good. Hive is on the way. Yeah, they just sneak past.
They're trying so hard to get to the ramp and make
I've had so many games that's happened to me. You know, when they don't have speed, they kind of remind me of Reavers, how they just kind of like shove their whole body forward.
Yeah. So they make it. They block the ramp.
Now, this is a bit dicey though, because he morphed them all at the same time and he didn't set up one blocking the ramp or two behind. Terran can still potentially bust this, but it is very difficult to execute. It's very risky. The Mutalisks are going to the Terran main though, and honestly, when you see that as Terran, that's your cue to immediately move out with everything you have as soon as you start your main. Now, Terran not going and standing right on top of these lurkers. Like, here we go. This is very dicey for Zerg. The Mutalisks are too far away. He needs to focus fire. Where's the scan? Okay, he gets one, but he's going to fall back there. I mean, fair enough not committing there, especially with the Mutalisks coming back. Oh, but he's just move commanding. That was not
big punishment for the mutants.
Ooh. Yeah, these Marines probably could have defended themselves, but unfortunately he was move commanding there. Now these Mutalisks are probably going to clean this up. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, it does seem like Quad is like just a little bit scared to really commit with the mutants too much.
Well, you don't want to lose them all too early, right?
Right.
I think it's fine, because he's defended his third. When the lurkers are out, it's not as important to be doing that much damage to the bio. Yes, he definitely could have crushed that, and like you say, maybe it's too timid, but I like playing it safe, I suppose, when you know your third base is already safe with these lurkers. Now, I would like to see him build a third one again, because 2, it is possible to break it. 3, it is not.
They are stacked. That's a nice trick.
Yeah, it's very good against a Radiate as well. And Terran doesn't know how many are there, and sometimes they try and bust, and it's just a complete slaughter. That said, Terran did not start +1 army here, actually, so never mind what I was saying about busting lurkers. That's going to happen for a long time. Look at these Marines. I thought they might kill one, but not quite. Well, I guess he was just saving them for later. Hive is out, so nice Hive timing coming here from Zerg. At the same time, the starports are up here for Terran. Science facility is finished. Both players really gearing up for a strong late game here. Yeah, but should these players even be in this group? They're both looking pretty good.
Yeah, hold on. Nightcat just got himself promoted to the next tier.
Nice. Well,
fair enough. This game.
Yeah, is that tier 2?
I don't know actually.
Okay,
I just know that like it seems like CPL players like they always want to be put down a tier.
Absolutely.
Like they always feel like.
Well, I was saying in chat earlier,
we
have a new feature in CPL. You can order a request to go down. No, you can order a request which tier you want to be in, and the only button is tier 3, and no one complains. They want to click that button. And I don't know if you guys knew, there's actually a secret tier -1, but at the start of every CPL we put everybody down 1 rank as per their request, so no one is ever in tier -1. Look at these mutas, they're getting absolutely shredded by these massive Marines. Now, the mutalist value is declining sharply as these vessels come out, so that's not necessarily a big deal, but it's useful to keep them around for drops or just scouting or anything like that, or killing vessels later, so you don't want to lose all of them for sure. But that's interesting that Terran's going for this third base so fast. This may be an issue. If Zerg gets aggressive with Defilers, you need to be out there on the map in the Zerg's face. You can't be back at your bases, because Dark Swarm will come, and you'll just have Dark Swarm right on top of you, and then there's nothing you can do. Scans the Defilers are out. Double Evo coming up.
Ooh, we got drop with the slow Overlord.
Wait, what? That's going to be a drop?
Well, yeah, in the natural, the Did I hear the Nidus instead? I thought I heard the Nidus.
Oh.
I thought, yeah, it was the same sound.
Around the minimap, like, what? Am I missing a lurker drop? Where?
Yeah.
Look at that poor Overlord. Oh. He is an innocent bystander, damn. Those vessels just pulling him out like that. Alright, Terran is coming across now with the vessels. Now, I don't have any expectation he can bust in here, especially with only 2 vessels, but he can hold the Zerg back here. What he really needs to do is try and deny this 4th. Because even with a 3rd base up, if Zerg is on 4 bases, it's a bit dicey for the Terran if they can't maintain complete map control. I love that Zerg is making good use of Nidus this year. He's doing a really good job. Now,
see, at the bottom left, there's a Dark Swarm for no reason. It's just hanging out.
I think Zerg assumed that Terran was there just to move down and take the 4th, but he doesn't need to send a drone and actually build the 4th. I can never sense it now. Terran just roving around now. I mean, just getting those radiates, then moving on is absolutely fine here. Did he radiate a lurker? Yeah, he did. But you have to be careful of Dark Swarm counterattacks. That's the main danger. Now look at this. This Defiler doesn't actually have enough energy. If Terran gets Stim in here before Zerg's paying attention, he can actually bust this. There's another Defiler up here, but it's way back. Looks like Terran's going to go for it. I mean, 2 lurkers is something. Look, that consumes the Scourge. Nice move there. That's exactly what he needs to do to survive. I love this quick thinking.
Lurkers at the last minute. Yeah.
He did not hesitate there, which is exactly what he needs to do. So nicely done there. But he really needs to reinforce this with a lot more Zerglings just so he has enough energy. Where are the vessels? Is vessel production stopped? Because there's still only 2 that I can see.
Yeah, it's just they've just forgotten for a little bit. And vessels are
gas for battle cruisers later.
Do you see what's going on at the Terran 3rd base? Like all these SCVs are stuck behind the minerals.
They're not stuck.
Oh, okay.
They
got out.
It
seemed like they were stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright. They'll figure it out sooner or later. There you go. And now, I mean, honestly, Terran is going to have seen and out of minerals here. He's got 7 barracks, which honestly is not enough. He always get like 10 to be mining from these 3 bases and actually producing all this. That's it. His SCV count is kind of low, so I mean, it might work out. But it would be better to have more SCVs and more barracks. But honestly, the macro has been very good for Terran, keeping his money so low. Look, honestly, I'm not keeping my money this low when I play TVZ. So put this man in tier 0.
Yeah, there you go.
Consumes the Hydralisk. He was going to consume that other one, but he thought better of it. He really needs to see some Zerglings here. In fact, the Zerglings on the high ground not doing anything. Gonna come in here with another Radiate. Well, Radiate's a lurker. Oh, the Scourge. Oh, loses a vessel. Unfortunately. Getting a Stim forward now. Now, these vessels can continue to snipe from way back here. Needs to be careful though, don't want to lose any to Scourge.
Have you ever seen a game where someone intentionally consumed, like, an Ultra?
Of course.
Like... Oh, really?
Yeah, in case you, you know, you want to BM your opponent and tell them to leave.
Oh. Okay. Well, like, have you seen it happen? Like, have you seen someone consume an Ultra?
I've done it myself in a free-for-all when I just really needed a Plague and there was another option.
That's...
More Radiates coming down here. Terran getting his value. Did he lose that one vessel? What did he go forward to a Radiate there? I don't understand. Did he accidentally double a Radiate the same Defiler?
Defiler, maybe. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Unfortunately, if he got the other one, that would have been good value. But honestly, he's getting good value from moving around. These poor Mutalisks just sitting here. Oh dear.
Yeah, they're like retired here at this base, just hanging out.
Yeah, this is the retirement home, and then Terran busts in and, you know, war criminal murders everyone. That Overlord, they let him live. He's a civilian.
Exactly.
Man, look at how many Marines. Look at how many Marines Terran has. Zerg sitting back extremely comfortably, macroing up towards their Ultralisks here. But, I mean, Terran is going to have a big enough army that maybe they can hold on. Now, what's the upgrades at? Terran does have +2. Zerg working towards +2 right now. Terran needs to start +3 ASAP. Because if Zerg hits +3 and Terran has not, Terran, there's nothing they can do. These vessels... Oh, run away. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Well, beats those Scourge expertly, and now these vessels kind of a free range. Terran's still knocking back and forth, getting some value, but I mean, Zerg I think is mining at a high enough rate that they're going to be able to produce a scary amount of Ultralisks. But look how many Marines there are. If Terran gets this force together, I don't think that Zerg will ever be able to make enough Ultralisks to take that on. But if it's separated, I mean, there's still a chance.
But, so with the Dark Swarm, it feels like Zerg can just hold on forever. Like, should Nightcap be trying to, like, some drops or something to change it up, or are they okay with the status quo?
Here's the thing, if you have a 4th base of your own, you're doing fine. It's just, it gets harder and harder to win with Bio the bigger the game gets, because you have to click so many times to make so many Marines, and you have to micro around so many control groups of units. And, you know, you have to block off all the exits Zerg can come out from before they Dark Swarm. On paper, Terran is fine. They can make units and win fights, but mechanically, it's going to get harder and harder the way they're playing this.
So we have 2 battlecruisers and Yamato being researched.
Yeah, I think Yamato is well worth it, because it's one of the few things that can hit under Swarm. If your battlecruisers live long enough, it can be pretty nice to snipe, and sometimes you snipe spore colonies, what have you. These battlecruisers definitely a good option, but honestly, they're more effective when Zerg is already under pressure. If Zerg is sitting here fine, then they can kind of easily just get Swarm and Hydras or whatever to deal with it. Nice Irradiate going down that Defiler. Smartly, Zerg puts down the Swarm before it dies. Ooh, those bonus Zergling kills, though. Oh my gosh. That actually got a lot.
Yeah.
Then counterattack coming, but it's quite meaningless, and most of the Terran army is actually back in the natural. I suppose if the Ultralists come out, Terran would easily just be able to retreat this army and reunite. And look at this is happening now. Some Ultralists heading towards the 12. Those Stubankers there are a pretty good defense, but I mean, when you get highly upgraded Ultralists, you kind of need just a lot of Marines there. Alright, Terran scans. What did he even scan just now? He scanned just north of his army for some reason. I'm not sure what he's looking for there. Terran aware this counterattack is going on, and I think he'd be easily able to repel this. I mean, the upgrades are fine, it's +2 versus +2, but there's just so many Marines here, and so many that Nightcat's not even using. He's just going to plow through his Ultralists pretty easily.
It's trying to break out at his own natural, but with some city
see that. Oh, that was a slaughter for Zerg in the natural. I'm sad I didn't look at that fight. But in the meantime, the natural fight, I mean, the third fight, I should say, Terran's doing fine here too. Because like I said, he has so many units in the back here he's not even using. This. Oh, look at those D-Matrix Marines under Swarm. Eventually they will die. Alright, Terran coming forward with these vessels here, and like, I don't know how much gas Zerg can afford to keep putting into lurkers. If Terran radiates down all the lurkers, I don't think Ultralists can be able to save him here. Now, that said, there's a lot of energy in this vessel he's not using. Attacking here is not a good decision though. Okay, good, he does not go for it. Honestly, I just want Terran to bring forward his whole army to both exits to Zerg bases. Okay, here we go, here comes the irradiates. Oh gosh. These vessels getting so much value. 7 kills on one vessel, while the most of the Zerg was 10 kills on another. Okay, another fire point of Swarm. Is there Plague? Is there Plague?
Oh, Plague!
Oh,
all over the vessels.
That's a big one. One vessel survives, but all those Marines as well. That's actually huge value there for Terran. The battle cruisers are here, but they can't shoot onto Swarm. And look at this, Zerg comes out knowing he has a bit of an advantage here. You see how much damage he can do, but it's a very small force, really. That Ultra is somehow finding the one Marine that didn't have Plague on it, and now blocked by the medics. Terran actually taking a fine engagement here despite having his entire army Plague. Here come the BCs. Now this is what you do now. You just hit the gas and sit back over here where Hydras can't reach you, and it's hard for the Phallus to get to you. It's very strong here. Looks like this Terran force will finally be cleared up, but the vessels evacuated before that. So now it's just the immense Terran army back home, still with vessel support, although they are all Plague. And these BCs taking out this gas.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal.
Very.
Zerg all the guys they can get right now.
And then they'll produce more and come over to this 4th base as well, and that would really cut Zerg's gas income. He needs to get his army up here, because these small forces and Marines are being picked off. Okay, here we go, huge number of Marines moving over to the left here. I think it's definitely enough to deal with this Zerg army. +3's finished both places, so he's still on parity as far as upgrades go. Yeah, I don't think Zerg's busting this location. He's going to lose everything he has here. Here's what I was talking about. Terran's macro has slipped a bit, just because there's so many units to produce, but he has plenty of money in the bank. And Zerg's gas bank is non-existent. Yamato takes out of the fire, that was awesome. What's Yamato in here? You didn't need to Yamato that gas, he's literally about to die. And here's the thing, Zerg can try and build spores, but the BCs can kind of just shut that down. And he does not have the gas to be making a whole bunch of Scourge. I mean, these Scourge aren't going to do much, look.
Yeah, they have to come like 5 or 6 at a time to do anything, right?
Like this.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
One left. That BC's still not going to die to those 2 Scourge. Damn, they're getting so much value. Is he building more? I thought he built 2 more. Where are they at? Oh, they're at the natural. Yeah. They're setting out. Terran's kind of out of position here while other counterattack is coming across. Actually, I say that, but Zerg is obligingly going around the left side instead of going straight to the natural. Yeah, that was going to be pretty cool for a turn, yeah. Coming down to this bottom left now. Oh, okay, Zerg is taking the 6 o'clock, and I mean, Terran doesn't really have a good way to stop that right now, but this gas is still getting harassed. BC heading to the main now, which is, it's a lot harder to get anything done there. Man, Zerg actually has formidable drop defense, so it's just as well that Nightcat has not made a single dropship.
I mean, you only have so much like starport time anyway, between vessels and BCs and dropships, like you can't really get all of them.
That's absolutely true. Okay, actually, looks like not gonna retreat that BC. Yeah, another Ultra is getting taken out here, and honestly, quad team bleeding a lot of them. Another Irradiate going down. Nice Plague. Gets those vessels again. Counterattack going up at the top, and they're going to do absolutely nothing. Firebats and bunkers are a nightmare for Zerglings.
So when your Marines get played, is it worthwhile to like have the medics walk away so they don't waste all their energy?
Absolutely it is, yes. Because yeah, you're doing nothing there, you're just wasting your energy, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's that PC. The hard counter to Zerg is actually Battle Priest, it turns out.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to see like quite a few BCs. Is there like a limit to how many BCs that you want to build, or
if
do
you
you
get
like
maxed
you
on
can
BCs,
get away with?
it's pretty hard for Zerg to deal with. I mean, the thing is, if you clump up, obviously Plague just absolutely devastates you, but you can just spread a move around. Like, if you have like one BC attacking from every angle, what's Zerg going to do about that? Oh, there's Plague vessels though, at least one of them. The other Plague one's in the back. All the mirrors got taken out. Well, it's still worth it 2 mirrors to kill a vessel. Especially when Terran's only on 3 gas versus Zerg soon to be 5. Although, I say that actually, this natural's still not up. How many kills does that Battlecruiser have? 20 kills! Oh my god.
Yeah, and like half of those are like spore colonies.
Did you see that Irradiate all those Zerglings?
I did not.
Zerg stepping forward here, but straight into the guns for Terran, into the killing zone. I think Terran's about to bust this natural here, and he might win the game. In fact, that battle.
See the Defiler nearby.
The battle cruisers are coming to end it.
Spore colony gets 2 vessels, but I still think this tag is going through.
It's not going to get 4 battle cruisers. My god. That is terrifying Terran only battle cruisers with the fire support. Hey, I just realized this is just like the brutal intros cutscene.
Yeah.
Except Terran's going to win this time.
Yeah, this time the Battlecruiser actually does something.
That's right. I think with this is that killing blow, because even though Zerg is taking the 6 o'clock, he's not really going to be able to hold that for much longer as soon as Terran realizes it's there. And Terran has not really been slowed down, still on their 4 bases, still producing obscene amount of Marines. And I mean, what's even going to stop these battle cruisers coming into this main right now? Oh, he has a Yamato, he's not afraid to use it. Okay, maybe he's afraid to use it to snipe that drone. Honestly, Yamato in Ultralist seems like a pretty good move right here.
Yeah, I feel like you should use it on Ultras or Defilers, right? Like,
kicked his ass, yeah. How many Yamatos did it take out a hatchery? Probably like 4.
Isn't it like 260 damage or something? Like,
it's only 260, I thought it was more. I thought it was like 400 and something, but yeah, okay. You're probably right. So in that case, you need like 5, which makes it not that attractive. Still, if you have 5 battlecruisers, the Scourge.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even take out a single one. Massive counterattack coming from Zerg now. Try and hit that 12 o'clock once again. Will Terran unload and stim here? Because that's what he needs to do to stop this. Okay, actually, his force is splitting, so I'm going to the top left, which is fine to deny that. Okay, Yamatoing Spores, probably a fine use of energy too. Oh, that Battlecruiser is actually going to die to Spores, how sad. Ooh, target's denied us. What a great move, but at the same time the 12 is actually being broken. Terran trying to reinforce.
I think the reinforcements will clean up this attack, but...
Oh, so many Scourges got sniped by those Battlecruisers because they were rallying. Yeah, and Terran will clean this up, absolutely, right. Okay, finally the gas at the natural is mining again though. Or is it? Because the drones aren't actually mining from there. Battlecruisers once again coming across.
These Battlecruisers are so annoying in the bottom left.
Yeah, Zerg can't really do anything like this. There's Yamato killing a hatchery. Damn.
I love that like Battlecruisers are like finally getting more play, and they're just annoying. Like
they are. They're not even like, I have a big army of Battlecruisers, let's have a fight. They're more like just, well, what are you going to do about this, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, so many Scourge have died being rallied. 18 kills, 15 kills. This is out of control right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and they're even being upgraded. I just realized.
Mineral only is getting taken out at the same time though. Zerg doing a good job counterattacking from every direction, and Terran's starting to lose control here. Looks like he'll clean up that Ultralist though. But I mean, is he going to hold this bottom left? Still desperately trying to make spores. And besides, who even needs to kill the hatchery? To kill the gas, that's all that really matters. Once again, more Scourge being absolutely decimated. Oh my gosh, how much damage has that done? And yeah, this ramp not bustable for Zerg right now. So many barracks going up. Finally, there's more production coming up for Terran. And yeah, he's taking out that all-important gas.
Dikat is about to be on like 1 base, and it has a third of the minerals. Like,
yeah,
the natural
gas is basically depleted, even though it's not mining. It's pretty much depleted. So Zerg really effectively is going to be on like 1.5 gas if he even mines the natural, which is not enough. Like, what's he going to do? Make Zerglings? You can see how low his gas is getting now. And yeah, these Battlecruisers are still alive, by the way. Did he make any more? I want to see more. Oh, there are more. He should have got like. Oh, he upgraded their weapons. My God.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, that does help killing buildings a lot faster, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah. This one ult for the top left, denying the expansion.
Huh. Well, not for long. Oh, he
Yeah,
gets out just in time. He knew danger was
What
coming.
a hero.
I mean, even these spores can't actually stop these battlecruisers. Battlecruisers are actually so strong. They have the most HP of any unit in the game, right?
Yeah.
What about carrier with their shields? Like, is that more in total?
No, I think a carrier with the shields is like 450.
Oh, there you go.
The carrier has more armor for what that.
Right, because it's 4 base armor, isn't it?
Yeah,
which is a lot. Oh my gosh, this base... Honestly, if Zerk had just given up on this base 5 minutes ago, he would have lost a lot less. Because every unit that comes out is just getting annihilated here. And now Terran trying to take this top left, and that's what he really needs to do. A mineral only for the Zerg. What is he going to do with that exactly? Trying to take this right base. He doesn't even have enough minerals. Like, you know what? Maybe he does need a mineral only at this point. Well,
I think Quad needs like everything at this point.
Yeah,
I think Quad needs money of both forms.
Now the battlecruisers have done their work, the Marines are coming in to finish the job and destroy absolutely everything here. I don't know if these Hydras are being produced to morph into Lurkers, or he's actually trying to transition into Hydras since he has so much less gas and there's battlecruisers to deal with. I don't know. This Hydra's a very good unit against battlecruisers, definitely. But look at this. What can Zerg do to stop the bio army coming?
I don't know. I think Quad might just be
out
of steam here.
Scourge. Yeah, he built all spores, but then the Marines show up. How unfortunate.
Oh wow, one of these BTs is 39 kills.
My gosh. 33, 39, 28, they have done so much. And look how much bio and ICAP produced behind this. My god. Oh no, there's only SCVs here at the top though. Quad can do some damage here. The medic there to help them fight, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Well...
You surround on the SCVs, but still the cracklings are just going to destroy.
Yeah, who's really surrounding who, I asked you.
Yeah.
Like, 3-3 cracklings, never mind your +3 armor upgrade, they're still going to do their work. Submarines come up though, that's all you need to clean that up. Terran doesn't even bother with their main here, he knows that they can't do anything while the battlecruisers are there. Busting the mineral only at the same time, Drone's trying to fight, and that's how you know Zerg is on his way out here. GG, what an amazing game. We're putting Nightcat in tier 0, right?
Yeah, sure.
I have to say, like, Quad was doing a great job defending in general, it's just the battlecruisers were just too much. That was a really great game from both players.
Definitely.
Just excellent macro from Nightcat while putting on the aggression. Alright, well, I can hardly imagine if the next game will stay up to that standard, but let's check it out.
Find out. It's gonna be a PvZ.
Alright, in the bottom right, in the magenta, we have Bagel Pirate. And the bottom left in the olive, we have Quad again. So...
Yeah,
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I would say that a Bagel Pirate is like one of the best usernames.
Definitely.
It's pretty good.
Well, who's better, Bagel Pirate or Pancake Princess?
I don't know. They might need a grudge match. Just write that out.
That's right. YG Kid in chat saying make fewer barracks and macro less from them. I don't agree. I think APM is a resource as well as minerals, and we can see he had a lot of excess minerals and not a lot of excess APM. If he made more barracks and even he didn't produce more of them constantly, he might have been better off there. Okay, so will we see the gateway expand down here in Group 14? I have my doubts. I just got so used to it because everyone was doing it. I kind of want to see it again.
I think it's gonna be gateway. Yeah, with this probe. With this probe going back, I think it's gonna be a gateway first.
Scouting. Did pros ever not pylon scout?
Yeah, when you gateway, you keep that probe in your base. It mines like one mineral. You make the gateway and then you scout. That's the normal way of doing things.
People in chat saying fewer racks was actually for more room for starports. You know what? Actually, maybe that's a good point. Just build more battle cruisers. Okay, there's that forge.
Oh, wow. It is a forge. He baited me.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
You should have just known that anything I want, I don't get, so gateway's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
At this point,
sorry, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, like, at this point, I can just go gateway first because all the CPO players are going to expect forge first.
So, last CPL on my bucket list was cannons and nukes, and I got both. Like cannon rush, I should say. Yeah, just cannons. Those are so rare. This CPL, I want to see lockdown used. That's what I want to see.
Mind control. That's what we need. Lockdown and mind control. Like those are what we should.
Mind control, I can take it or leave it.
What? Mind control's sick.
Oh, he fails to block that. That's a bit unfortunate.
Oh no.
Is that gonna get that hatchery down? I mean, depends what you mind control, I guess. Yeah, alright, fine. Fine, I'll add it to the list. Lockdown and mind control. I did see lockdown last season, but only like 1 unit, and it wasn't really helping the player who was locking down. Bagel Pirate building up for the Nexus there, there it goes. Interestingly, Bagel Pirate not getting the 2 panic cannons. Now hang on, this gas quite early here, before the 3rd hatch. I wonder if Quad is up to something.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because the 3rd hatch is some time away.
Yeah, but the drone was sent out, so I don't think it's going to be like a 2-hatch build.
Oh,
but
okay.
it could be like some like fast mutas or something.
Yeah. I mean, those Mutalisks can be very, very scary in this matchup. And like, this is the thing, I feel like Mutalisk's presence is felt more than they actually show up in PvZ.
Yeah. It's something like the threat of mutas makes you do a lot, even if they aren't actually built.
Meanwhile, in TVZ, you're looking at a Zerg not going mutas, and you're like, well, we'll see if you can make that work.
Or ZVZ.
Oh god,
like,
in ZVZ it's like, so you're Ling all landing then? Like, literally your only option. Okay, keeping this probe alive, very important of course, as we've always been saying.
So much scouting information to get, and we do have that layer going down basically the same time as the 3rd hatchery, so there's going to be some fast tech here. The Big Ol' Pirate is going to see it, but might not be aware of the exact timing, because when you see the layer, you can't actually see the progress or anything.
Yes, that's right. Until it's done, of course. But I don't think that's fine. As long as you see there is a layer, I think that's information enough. Because, did he see the 3rd base?
I don't think he's seen it yet. No, he hasn't seen it yet.
If he finds that, he has all the pieces of the puzzle. He doesn't need to do anything else. But if he does not find it, he could think it's a 2-hatch layer. It'll be done fairly soon, though, if it was 2-hatch layer. And I think when he got in earlier, he would have seen that that's not what's going on as well. So Protoss is macroing up here. Zealot going to try and come out and scout. Even just walking right past those 3 lings, that's a bit dicey, because presumably Zerg knows that's there and just has to make a couple more and they can kill that Zealot. It's kind of not exactly a free kill, but it's a nice pick-off. But Zerg actually just morphs more drones. Maybe he didn't even notice. And if those 3 lings aren't even home to help, even there's a probe still.
Both players might have missed it.
Yeah. Well, you know, here's Olive on the map. You know, I'm going to shift tab this, so Bagel Pirate in the red now and Red Quad in the blue. Wow, that's bad. But, okay. Now he comes in here with the probe to help. This is a lot more deadly, although actually the probe is just distracting the Ling still. He just walks right in there before Quad even knows anything's going on. Oh my gosh.
One drone kill. Already trying to get bugged out here. Oh, 2 drones.
Yeah, the Lings are hot on the tail of the other Zealot that's on its way. Probe in the main, still running from that. Oh, it does get picked off. Unfortunately, he could have used that to help fight. Oh my gosh. This is too much damage now.
4 kills on this one Zealot here.
And look, here's another one. Oh, he barely doesn't get another one. This Zealot's here now. It looks like it will get picked up by Lings, because they were partly microing this one as intensively, unfortunately. Still forcing out a lot of Lings. Oh, this one on the move command, unfortunately. But hey, you can fight 2 Lings, but more are coming. Okay, looks like it won't make it, because Ling speed is done now. Well, Red Quad not really microing these.
I don't like... So, a Big Ol' Pirate's main, they built 2 cannons. And I know that they saw the Spire, but it wasn't even done yet. Like, you still have time to like Stargate for like just something.
Here's the problem for Bagel Pirate. They never started a Stargate or a Citadel. Citadel only come out now, so honestly, this is not a great position for Bagel Pirate, I agree, but they needed to be doing that because they just did not start their tech. Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. Now, I think this was the case of
while they were microing the Zealot, they like lapsed in their build a little bit, which is definitely something that doesn't work.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
Multitasking is pretty intense.
I don't believe Quad is going to go for any Mutalisks here, though, because look, he's just making Scourge, presumably to scout, or if there was a first course there to counteract it. And I think he's just going to transition to 5-hat Tridra from here, which is the standard thing to do. So I don't say it was a mistake for Bagel Pirate to get those cannons, given that he had no Stargate up yet. But it will not help him in this case, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I guess you could have seen that there was no gas at the natural, and then probably wasn't going to be like a ton of meters anyway.
True, that is a bit of a higher level read, I would say, because, you know, the timing of it can be a bit finicky as well. But yeah, you're right, that information did exist. They Scourge with their freaking teeth. So why do they need such sharp teeth if they just explode anyway?
Maybe when they explode, the teeth get launched out, and that's what actually does the damage.
Ah, the shrapnel. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Sees the Stargate and the Citadel coming up. Now, there's no way to tell that Stargate hasn't been done for ages, and there's like 2 Corsairs out just hiding somewhere, but there is, in fact, 0, and he's not even producing one right now. Okay, but all these nice upgrades for Hydras coming up now. We have +1 ranged, Overlord speed, Hydra speed. Quad just gearing up here, despite taking some harass damage. Honestly, he's looking a bit stronger macro-wise, so... in fact, look at this natural. There's only 4 probes there. The probe production has been okay, but he does need to transfer some more.
Yeah, it is a little bit unbalanced. Especially since there's no gas mining having hit the natural. Definitely needs more probes.
That is unfortunate, because yeah, you need all the gas you can get in PvZ for sure. More Hydras coming out here. Looks like Zerg done droning for the moment. Gonna start powering up on some more Hydras, maybe take a 4th base. We'll see what their plan is here. Now, is Protoss about to try and take a 3rd? Because that would be absolute insanity.
Maybe way too early for that.
Yes.
But is this probe coming along to be the little +1 attack here? Well, they got picked up either way.
Yeah, it's like take your kid to work day, but if your job is a zealot, I mean, it's very dangerous for your probe child there. It's more like a pet, really, than a child, isn't it?
Like the office Roomba.
See, that's just what this is like, because, you know, the probe's out, the zealot's out walking its probe, and the other dog that's not on a leash, the Zerglin, wants to attack it, and, you know, the zealot is trying to keep away. Look, this, the zealot's coming in here. I don't know what Hydralists are in this analogy, but they sure are killing these zealots. Zealot speed finishes just in time for that other cowardly zealot to run away.
Oh, and then he
feels
his mind to come back in.
Yeah, he's like, no, but my friend. He comes all the way back, but unfortunately it's too late. Now they're all dead. So, like I was saying, I think Red Quad playing a lot more solidly. And look at all these cannons coming up. I mean, again, it's like, well, Bagel Pirate might need them because he just doesn't have storms yet. But at the same time, that's also solely his own fault that he doesn't have storms.
Yeah. Like, this just isn't a situation that you want to be in.
Yeah. See, now Quad really pulling ahead now, I think, even despite that early aggression. He wasn't prepared for the aggression, it did a lot of damage, but he's just been playing a lot better on the whole. And now Protoss at 9 minutes is like, oh, I'm getting Hydra busted and I have to build cannons. 5 hatches up right now. Zerg can stand that. Might be going Hydra Man here, to be honest, because we don't see anything else going on just yet.
Yeah, I mean, we might even see this, we could see this go into Lurker Contain, because we don't even have a robo started yet.
Well, I'm thinking more pure Hydra.
Oh, yeah, just pure
because I think
smash
he
your
would have
face
started
into Protoss.
aspects by now if he wanted to. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. You have a pretty good area to set up a big concave if you just want to keep Protoss in here for the rest of the game. Although it looks like he's actually going to go for a bust. I'm not sure how I feel. The storm is done, but energy not quite ready. Oh, 70 out of 75. But those zealots not going to last long. My God.
Storm. This could be really juicy if it goes off. Big storm on the Hydras. Wow.
Absolutely decimates them, but is it even enough? I think it might not be. That's the
no, I don't think so.
Here.
Cannons are not good.
Like I was saying before, in StarCraft, size matters.
Yeah.
Of your army, that is. There's 3 Corsairs coming out, but they can't shoot down.
They can get this overload, though.
Okay, there is no defense now. Zerg actually needs to surge forward and pick up that Templar, but nonetheless, I don't think there's much Protoss can do. The Corsairs are just like the kind of spike kill.
Yeah. Do you do that? Like, when I know I'm gonna lose, like, I still, like, try to, like, do a storm drop or something?
Well, my headcanon is that if you surrender and leave the game, your remaining forces are taken as prisoners or something instead of just dying, so, you know, I'd rather let them live than sacrifice them meaninglessly.
I feel like it'd be better to die in battle than to be a prisoner of war to a Zerg, though, right?
That's true, actually. That's true. And
like,
that's
maybe Terran or Protoss, you can tap out early, but Zerg, you fight dead.
I mean, Protoss claim to be honorable, right?
Yeah. But they also, like, think that everyone else is inferior, so maybe they just kill you anyway.
True. They'd be like, okay, yes, we will take you prisoner and treat you, you know, as you deserve, and then, I don't know, put you in the salt mines. What do Protoss even need to mine other than minerals? Who even knows?
In StarCraft 2, they just feed off sunlight, so they don't even eat, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if they ever mentioned that in StarCraft 1, but it's not necessarily contradicted. They don't have any food, that's for sure.
Can you imagine, like, the StarCraft 1 manual goes into like the dietary habits of Protoss.
Zerg, they eat Terran. Alright, here in the bottom right we have Okuini, and in the bottom left we have Quad.
This has been a day of PvZ.
Definitely. So, I'm still on what do you call it? Top versus bottom colors here. I'm pleased both players have obliged me by hosting that game. Let's see what the real colors would have been. Orange and red, which at least Quad would have been red, but orange and red not really a good match. Yeah, I don't think Orange Protoss looks very good. What do you think?
I like Orange Protoss.
Yeah, I don't know. I like red Protoss. I mean, honestly, red's just the best color for everyone, right?
I don't know. Blue's pretty good.
True, but that's why they made red and blue the main colors, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Olive is a pretty good color for Protoss, actually.
Olive? I don't know. I don't like it that much.
Look, it is the worst color in general, but if it's on Protoss, I feel like it's not that bad.
The worst color is going to be like one of those like 8 shades of gray that they have.
Oh.
Right? Like surely like it
True.
must be one of those.
True.
They're just too similar.
Yeah. But I remember when they had cyan, that was ridiculous. Okay, so Protoss is probe scouting in this particular game.
Oh, this forge is like so low down in the choke. This is weird. I feel like you're not gonna have room for cannons between the Nexus and the forge if there's like some kind of Hydra butts or something.
I think you can put the forge like up here above the pylon, but you would have a pretty wide gap. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with this.
Just one of those things when you play Protoss you have to worry about.
Okay. Well, Drone Scout coming out here. Pretty standard overpool. I mean, we saw how Quad played last game. Honestly, I liked it a lot because, like I was talking about in those TVZs you saw earlier, sorry, TVPs, if you just have a build and execute well, even if you get surprised by things like that sometime, unless you're a Terran and it's Dark Templar, you're not going to actually lose. You just take some damage, and you can still just win if you're superior in other aspects. So I'm hoping Quad can just execute a good like 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra again, and he'll be looking good, I think. But we'll see what Okuini's bringing. He could be bringing a lot stronger of a game as well.
See it. I'm taking for the 2 cannons again. We keep saying this. I think all these Protoss players have been abused. They're just scared.
Is there some Protoss out there that's like
things.
Hawk that was just telling people make 2 cannons just so you don't die? It is definitely like not a good move slowing down your next like that, and this probe sees everything that is fine. And honestly, this game's looking a lot like the last. We got the gas.
Yeah, the gas is before the 3rd hatchery too.
This one's more normal. I think the other one was just like 1 drone early or whatever. I usually freak out over these small differences. Okay, gonna come down here and make this Nexus.
Really hope this Nexus isn't blocked. Okay, that would be so sad.
That would be sad. That's actually the worst. Do you just leave?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's like 1 tile to the right, do you think you'd still make it? Just like your gas with 4?
If you can, but like sometimes these spawns are so tight that like there's literally no space other than exactly where you want to put it. Like,
right.
Yeah, like if the cannon was blocking it from the right, it would push it towards the gas, and you wouldn't be able to do that, right? So like,
yeah, you're right about that. So
yeah.
Oh god, if the cannon was like the rightmost cannon was 1 tile down, I think you have to build it like next to the ramp. In which case, you might as well just like start building gateways in your main or something.
Yeah. That is a piece you can do, is like pretend to forge expand and actually build gateways in your main.
Were you casting that game with me on Cross Game where the Protoss built like 3 gateways in the corner, like they were playing StarCraft 2 or something, and started like building zealots from them? Actually, it happened on Silphid as well. Were you with me for either of those games?
I don't think so.
I think it was Wizard I was casting with at the time. God, those games were ridiculous though. Protoss lost very easily both times. Oh, look at that early transfer. This is actually sad.
Oh no.
I think we spent more time in this game imagining bad things that could happen to the Protoss than things that have actually happened.
Yeah. Like, ah, man, what if their gateway just stopped working for some reason?
Like, yeah, like the Pylon's power system just has like an error. Their software has an error and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, about what you were saying about being a Zerg prisoner, I suppose if you're Zerg, you can't be a prisoner to either one either. Because I imagine Protoss would just kill you out of disgust, and Terrans would do like experiments on you.
Exactly, yeah, they'll do some weird experiments that will end up in a campaign mission for some reason.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like one of those missions where you're like Jim Raynor going through a base and there's just Zerg in there for some reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Probe's seeing everything. Having an easy time surviving. Double Stargate. That's what I like to see. That is an exciting build. I think Double Stargate is pretty hype because you just get in there, pop all those flesh balloons over there.
Yeah, it's just I'm always so scared of doing Double Stargate and then like, oh, it's Hydras. But in this case, we've seen the spires, so at least know we're gonna have a fair fight.
Yes. And here's the thing, like even if it's going to be like Hydras immediately after lair, because he did confirm the lair, you know, you can put enough pressure on the Corsairs, you should be able to like survive the cannons by time the probe falls, but after seeing pretty much everything you can hope it to see, so I can't really fault Okuini for his probe control there, very nice. Once again, Quad just macroing solidly, not too disturbed about anything that's happening so far. No Zealots came at this time. Wait a minute, I just realized, he never built a gateway, it's natural?
It's 2 in the main. I think maybe like it would block the maybe it would be touching the pylon because this weird wall. I think.
Well, he could build it above at least, and then it would sort of block it off. Damn, he's lucky Quad didn't make any Zerglings. Oh
yeah.
If he just attacked with a Speedling all in, there would be no way of winning could hold this. He's living dangerously, but I guess it paid off because now he's at the point in the game where that's less likely to happen. Also, starting to build up. He's going to reveal them all at once. He's not going to go just 2. Although I would like to see +1 air if he's going Double Stargate.
If you're going Double Stargate, might as well go all in on it. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know, one thing I will say though is this game may end up looking like the first one if he just kind of shows up with Hydras while the Corsairs killing all those Overlords, and because there's not going to be Storm for a long time. There's only 2 cannons here so far. Okay, 4 Corsairs are ready. How many is he going to wait for? Hydras are out now. There's even a couple of Scourge hanging around, but they did not go to Scout this time. So I know a lot of damage go down, but he has a limited window before Overlord Speed's finished. Oh, look at this. Corsairs going to see that. Oh, they only see 1 Stargate, but the fact that he has 4 Corsairs by now is kind of a giveaway, I think. And he will get moving with them.
This Overlord's going to get deleted.
Poor thing. Well, it was always doomed. Oh, that's 1. Oh no, he didn't. I thought I saw 2 hits, but I did not. So unfortunately, he did not kill a Corsair there. 6 here. Okuini needs to get moving with these and actually do something.
Yeah. You need to actually justify putting all this money in here.
Okay, he's spreading out looking for Overlords on the map, but I think that's not the play. I think you go straight to the Zerg base right now, so you can get there and then worry about these Overlords. Because he didn't find any. Okay, here we go. He finds 1 here. He needs to be careful. He does need to bunch up to deal with Scourge, just in case.
We are seeing a bunch of spore colonies, so it's a lot of indirect damage being dealt here by the Corsairs. But yeah, like when you're doing this, you should just stack your Corsairs, like trap a probe behind the mineral line, and stack them.
Absolutely. Now at the 3rd, I mean, okay, there's like you say, the spores going up really are going to make this hard to actually do any damage here. But like I say, the indirect damage is done. Would love to see a Robo and drop a DT in this main when you've got so many Corsairs. My God, how many is that? 9? That's 8. This is getting really scary for Zerg if, like, say Speedlords come in and distract the Hydras for a minute. A lot of damage going down. And there's Protoss going for a 3rd base here. I don't know how I feel about this, because he has, like, almost nothing on the ground. Oh, Hydras. Okay. Turns around.
Yeah, especially, like, in this position here, it would be harder to defend than the mineral only, I think. Given that... Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like smaller ramps.
No, I think it definitely is hard to defend. Yes, smaller ramps, but honestly, that's not that much of an issue unless you have your army there. I really feel like Zerg can kill a lot more easily. Oh, he needs to be careful about flying his like few number of Corsairs into these defenses. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna lose both. Oh,
I think they were like fanning out, trying to find more Overlords.
But he knew that 3rd base was there, so I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. Look, I have to say, I don't think this Double Stargate has done enough damage, and I would say that, like, you know, the Corsairs are still alive, things can still happen, but if he's going to lose them like that, I'm doubtful for Okuini in this game. He really has not done enough with these. Now, that said, I mean, his opponent's still only on 3 bases, no 4th in sight yet, so he's doing okay. You know, he's got a healthy probe count, the gates are building up, all the pieces are here, but he just needs to make something happen here, I think, or Zerg is just going to macro and have a scary amount of Hydras.
Here, we have 3 DTs being made.
I see that. Where's the Robo? Drop them in, man. Drop them in. I mean, there's no way he can get the natural or the 3rd because they have spores as well. 4 DTs. He's just going to show up at a base with like 10 DTs and 10 Corsairs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's the thing, actually. They can be good for defense, because it's not like Zerg's going to be able to come across with Overlords with how many Corsairs there are. Oh, he's going to run them right into natural again. I don't understand how he ends up doing this repeatedly. Oh, he's going to lose another one. Ooh. Another 2. That's really bad for Protoss here. That Nexus is going to be cancelled. Not even cancelled.
Shotgun that base is pretty big. Like, I think you... High Templar died, and we do have all of these DTs, but there's one Overlord here, and the Corsairs...
And he's lost so many Corsairs, it's so much harder to snipe these now. Like, yeah, I don't understand what order he was giving to end up going in the natural. It's not like he doesn't know the Zerg natural's there and likely to have defenses. In fact, he knows there's spores there. So yeah, he needs to be very careful here. I mean, looking at this, and like, I feel like Zerg could probably actually come in here. Oh, look at this. DT's going to leave, though. They're just going to sneak out. Or they're going to try. Just, I'm seeing those blurs on the edge of Quad's vision. It's actually pretty terrifying. Well, I guess if they can... Oh, hello, Zerg. I like how they all like clustered around him before they killed him. Oh my god. I suppose if he can position between natural and his own natural, he can kind of cut off reinforcements a little bit. But look at this. The Lurker's morphing. The Container's going to go down. I still don't see a Robo anywhere. Is that a Robo? That's a Forge. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. I don't know. I don't see how Ocarina's going to get out of this one. Like I say, he needs to make something happen, but I don't think he realizes that's the case.
Yeah, it's so miserable to break out of Lurker Contain. Like, even if it goes well, it just sucks. But Ocarina's kind of been damaged in this game by the...
Wait, he doesn't have Zealot speed?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it's like 3/4 done.
Oh, no. Storm! Look at all those Lurkers! Hey, there we go. That's a good Storm. Oh, but they hatched. Man, this happened yesterday, too. Every time Lurker Rays got Storm, they hatched like 1 second later.
Okay, is Ocarina trying to, like, leapfrog cannons out here?
Well, they do outrange Lurkers, right? The only problem is the ramp. That's the part where that's not going to work. But I mean, he's going to have time for that. Looks like Zoe's going to push in and kill that. Look at this spread. This is actually the perfect spread. Double Storm kills the Lurker, but it's going to be hard to get through this with that. Okay, more Corsairs coming down here. Yeah, this is really well spread by Quad.
Yeah, it's starting to break out, like...
Oh, Zealots are like... Really? Is it that hard
to break out? Zealots!
They're just like, no,
I guess... Yeah, see ya. We're out of here.
They're gonna go cause some trouble on the map. Just think of the defense. Corsairs flying straight over the Hydras once again. Man, these Corsairs have had a bad day. But look, there's a bunch of Zealots out now to menace the Zerg. I'm wondering if we could run in here, snipe these spores real quick, then the DTs and Corsairs come in, potentially. And look at that, cutting off some reinforcements. Very nice. But at the same time, they're kind of looking like they want to move in a bit, maybe at the natural. And I suppose later...
This Zealot run-by is so smart, but I don't know if it's going to make it up.
DT's getting taken out at the third here. Yeah, and the spores really mean this is nothing Protoss can do about that. Archon morphing in range of Lurkers. Observatory's finally on the way. Oh no, the Templar. They morph again. Archon's not the best unit against Lurkers. Oh, and all the Zealots have been cleaned up. I missed it, but I suppose they just gradually fought Hydras and died. So yeah, I don't know what Protoss can do now. There's not really many moves left. Ooh. Maybe shuttle out his units or something one at a time. Oh look, he's even getting closer. Okay, that's a bit bulky. He's going to lose a couple of cannons, but he knows he's got crossing the wrist. Look at that Lurker field. How are you ever going to get through that? Yeah. Look, I don't know how much longer this game will take, but I think it's over. Because he's never going to get through that. There's not enough money in these two bases to get through that Lurker field.
Oh yeah, this is such a miserable position to be in. Like, the Zerg won't just kill you, so like you feel like you have to keep playing, but like it's
yeah, this is bad. Well, one day I'm gonna play Protoss and just elevate my entire army out.
It was like one shuttle carries like 2 goons.
That's right.
Super slowly trying to escape your base.
Well, you know, there's that back alley near the 3 o'clock that you can kind of use. Oh, the Corsairs are here. I suppose it's possible to break out if he somehow kills every Overlord and then DTs just kill every Lurker. Speaking of DTs, one in the top left is still alive.
You wait for him to turn every Hydra into a Lurker and then kill the Overlords.
Ah, that's the plan. Because, you know, Zerg is tempted. I mean, look, there's not many Hydras left.
What? He just did it!
Oh my god. He should actually do it, though. There's only 2 Hydras. Okay, the DT in the top left did get taken out, because Quad has been really on top of getting protection everywhere, to be honest. These DTs have not achieved anything. Oh, low energy Templars sacrifice themselves. These Zealots, they cannot go there. They just cannot.
Yeah. Like, you might as well hold position your zealots in your main.
You might as well jump them off a cliff. Like, this is actually just the zealot murdering field. Oh, the Corsairs doesn't quite lose one. I don't know if that zealot was a strategic distraction or what. He needs to kill, like, the stuff that's in his way here. But honestly, he has so many zealots and so little of anything else, and zealots are the absolute worst unit. You know, I kind of do want him to just take his zealots and right-click them to the other side of the field to see if how many make it, if any. I don't think any would make it.
We're playing lurker defense now.
That's right, we literally are, though. Yeah. Except you don't have to spread them in that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you do a little, because if you stack them too much, they don't fire, right? But other than that... You know, I've wondered sometimes in PvZ, if you just suddenly stack your lurkers on one point where you know they have no storms, that's actually really OP. Oh, that one zealot. Oh. If splash damage didn't exist, lurkers would actually be completely broken, because you put too many in one spot, there's just nothing anyone can do about it.
They also are so good because they have splash damage, right?
That's true, actually, so they would actually become a lot worse at the same time.
Yeah.
Good point.
Although, like, their attack is, like, it breaks so many rules. Like, it's ranged, but it can hit under Dark Swarm.
Why does it hit under Dark Swarm? Why?
Yeah.
We don't have any explanation, it just does.
I guarantee you, like, they just, like, forgot to code it. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's a feature.
They're like, what kind of attack? They're like, oh, I don't remember how we did ranged attacks. We'll just say it hits everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, ridiculous. Imagine if Lurkers didn't hit under Dark Swarm, though. Zerg would have a hard time, actually. Okay, well, the shuttle plan is going. I was right. This is what you do in this scenario, apparently.
Oh my god, look at this hatchery.
Yeah.
Being played right here. So Packrat in chat says that it's because all of Lurker's damage is splash, and splash damage hits under Swarm.
Okay.
That's why they can't miss up high ground, I guess. I guess splash works that same way.
Ugh. Still ridiculous. Alright. Well, he's getting a better army to deal with this now, the Goons and the Templars, but he's almost completely mined out now. I'm not sure what these 4 Zealots are going to do, but they're going to do it someday. Like, just more and more like it's being built. Where's the Hive? The Hive is on the way. As soon as he has Dark Storm, he can just start working his way in here, I think. Going to kill that Forge at last. Nice. Dark Storm going down. If he kills that Lurker just for the price of the Zealot and the Storm, it's probably worth it. Oh, getting hit hard though, and his little units coming out. Templars being lost. Templars are the one unit we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Oh my god, this is so many Lurkers. Oh, look at those Zealots trying to run through. Oh my gosh, they just take so much damage. What upgrades is Zerg on? +2 missile.
Yeah, I feel for Okawina here, yeah, about to be completely mined out of minerals.
Oh, that Goon didn't even survive. Yeah. And quad 83 drones right now. Look at the third. There's too many there. He needs to
4
get someone
drones.
out of there. Oh my gosh. That's too many drones. 92 drones. Is he just making drones only at this point because he knows Protoss can't bust these Lurkers no matter what?
I think so. Like, just mine out the entire map and then let Protoss leave the contain, just see there's absolutely nothing for them.
You know what you should do is you take this mineral only and the 3 o'clock and put all his drones there, try and mine them out before Protoss can take them. Oh, he's storming his way through. Look, eventually he'll storm for everything, but by that time, how much money is Zerg going to have? Zerg even building additional spores at these bases. He does not want DTs coming and ruining his day. Oh,
yeah, that Defiler Mound going. We have 3 upgrades going at once. Like,
yeah, and look at Protoss's production tab. Not that he doesn't have money, but he's not producing anything right now. I'm not sure why not. Completely mined out. Well, Storm doing good damage to his Hydras at least. Oh, those shuttle zealots finally seeing some action. Probably not what they hoped for. Oh, they have very little space to hide from Lurkers. Wow, I'm amazed that Quad has so much defense in each base as well as this massive contain. He's just everywhere. Storm the egg! Storm the egg! Oh. Oh, except that Lurker. Oh, losing that Templar's unfortunate. Morph's another one. Looks like he's going to try for the desperate breakout attempt soon. I don't think he realizes how far back this field goes.
oh yeah, it just keeps going.
Oh, those zealots. Oh, no. No, it's just not happening. Hey, there's still a DT alive, I just realized, in the top right. The zealots come in, but they just immediately have to retreat. Decent storm on those Hydras. And a Corsair, apparently. Not many kills, though.
They're staying out. I guess the DT is like on patrol trying to find a expansion.
I mean, it's good things on the top right.
Yeah.
Zerg has so many bases nonetheless. Only have 6 now. Oh no, only 5. Oh no, it is 6. They didn't count the middle only, but only 5 in mining. So yeah, there's not really much hope here for Protoss, but he does have one desperate fight left in him. I mean, it's only lurkers right now. The Hydra's at back. What's he loading up? I can't see. Oh, double storm, not the best. Oh, Stormy's known several a little. Will he weaken those? Where are the goons at? He needs like almost pure goon for this fight, but he has so many zealots, so few goons. A few more being produced now. Alright, looks like he's coming forward now. Okay, just an inch, never mind. Well, this container's getting weaker and weaker. Zerg is maxed, but all his units are back defending his bases. I don't know, Protoss could potentially break out here. Nice storms going down. Doing a lot of damage. Okay, I mean, Protoss is working his way through it. Templar's getting hit by Lurker Spines though. Oh, but there's a lot of Zealots, unfortunately, which are just fodder for these Lurkers.
Yeah, like we keep saying it, but like there definitely should be more goons. Like with the bank that Okwudi has, they could have made more goons.
Well, these Zealots trying to come across the side. Well, they're going to slip through again, but little do they know, the reward is just another Lurker field. Oh my god, that one's even worse too. Oh, out of the frying pan into the fire. Okay, well he's sort of getting through here. Oh, can he bust up this ramp? A probe coming, trying to expand, but he's just surrounded on all sides by lurkers. There's more units in the main he's not utilizing here. This ragtag force trying to last as long as they can.
Yeah, there's just well, these like 6 lurkers up here on the ramp, but then there's the whole map covered in Zerg after that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and Zerg Shanty Valley across a few more units. Like I said, he has so many units back at his base defending. Look at the top natural. There's so many lurkers there, which is honestly kind of necessary. Look at the 3 o'clock, how many Zerglings there are there. Zerg just has units everywhere, which is kind of not that great because they're not concentrated in one location. Oh, but now the Hydra surround and slaughter those Archons. Hydras are excellent versus Archons. Now pushing the Protoss back. The shuttle goes down. I didn't know if anything was in it. There's no edge there for Storm's GG. That is the end of the slow slaughtering of Protoss. I'm afraid that's it for our cast today. I'm all out of time. Thank you for joining me, Cold War Gates. I'll tell you guys one more time. There's a masterclass from Flo on Friday. Do not miss it. Alright, we will announce it. It's going to be amazing. Alright, any other words, Cold War Gates, before we go?
No.
Alright, great. Join us for the next match of the week. It'll be the same days next week. And don't miss that masterclass. Alright, good luck, have fun in CPL, everyone.
See ya.